Yeah, you know what it is. It's Clem, aka Clemenza, and we're here with the Humble Soul. And we in Indianapolis with it right now. Indianapolis, Indiana, Naptown. You can't mention CTE without mentioning me.
AHumbleSoul, we checking back in, man. Another exclusive, you know what I'm saying? We broadcasting live from the Naptown right now. The home of the Pacers, you know what I'm saying? The home of the Colts. Home of Mike Epps and so many others, man. Coach K, you know what I'm saying? And Clem, bro. Clem Clemenza.
You already know you can't mention CTE without mentioning me.
CTE underboss, you know, right-hand man to Jeezy for years upon years, bro.
Years upon years.
It's dope to get a chance to chop it up with you, man.
For sure, all love.
Appreciate you taking time out to grace the platform, bro. Talk to a Humble Soul.
I didn't have no choice when I read the name. I was like, hey, it's some legit shit.
Man, you been on online, bro, on the YouTube, man, sharing your story. You
Yes,
know,
sir.
more consistently recently, the good, the bad, and the ugly about CTE. A lot of untold stories, man.
A lot more to come.
Personally, I didn't know about just Jeezy, man, and just how everything kind of came together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
BMF, T.I., so on and so forth. But man, why come out now and really start talking about it if you kind of parted ways from Jeezy so many years ago?
You know, I parted ways with him. See, everybody don't know, like, a lot of shit that went on, you know. I could probably say I'm the only one that he didn't get rid of. I left on my own. You know what I'm saying? I woke up one morning and just started looking at everything I got and everything I had, and shit just went adding up. So it was like, man, I can get the fuck on. Like I was, you know, my whole thing was loyalty with him. It was never money, cause if it was money, I've been gone a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I never got my just due, but it was a loyalty and a brotherhood. You know what I'm saying? And when me and him sat down and got all these tattoos, you feel me? We got the same tattoo right here. I got CT all over my body, so.
Some of the tattoos,
like I got this shit all over my body, man. Like me and him got the same tattoo right here.
What's that? What that
it says? Pray for me. And he got the king crown on top of the shit. You feel me? Yeah. So we got all these tattoos around the same time, and they see that the 8732. Yeah. You know, that's what I lived, and that's what I was breathing every day. So when we got them tattoos, and he was, you know, he always instilled in me that no matter what, as long as he got, I got. You feel me? Mm-hmm. Like, that's what everything he always said to me every day. You know, like I said, he was the one that was running around the world calling me his little brother. I never called myself his little brother until he started doing it. You feel me?
Right.
So, for all the years I was with him at the beginning, I was young. So, I was blinded by all the shit that was going on around me. But once again, I was never there for the money. I was there for the loyalty and the respect and the brotherhood that we all had built. From me to the Macon people, from Univille Crips, all my homies. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to all of them, J-Bone, Scrap Loc, Ike, goddamn Badass, Killer, fucking rest in peace Pookie Loc, rest in peace Gangsta Dre, goddamn everybody. So, and that's where I learned about having brotherly love for people that really wasn't your brother. You know what I'm saying? Cause I never had an older brother. You know what I'm saying? My older brother was Coach K. That's who I looked up to. Like, and anybody that know this, anybody that know me and Coach and our family know, I was always looking up to Coach K. You know what I'm saying? So that was like my older brother. And when I got with Jeezy, and then you gotta understand, Coach K dropped me off in the jungle with these niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like when Coach K brought me around, Jeezy took me like this. We moved in together immediately. You know what I'm saying? So, and he always instilled in me, no matter what I got, you got. If I'm rich, you rich. Don't worry about nothing, I got you. Cause he knew I had him. And I always, anybody that know us know, if anybody had that nigga back and anybody was ready to risk it all for him, it was me. But cause that's just how I was raised and how I was brought up to always stand on something, believe in something, you know, have morals. So, And when I got with him and we got these tattoos, and it was like, hey, this is what we doing for life. This shit for life. This ain't no rap shit. This ain't no energy shit. It was some real life brother love shit. Like, it's certain shit that went down that I can't talk about and would never talk about. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I gave him 8 years. I haven't talked to this man in 8 years. I gave him 8 years to make shit right. You know what I'm saying? Reach out, do something. Like, there's no way you sitting back and not just thinking about nobody. How you did them. From me, from Kinky B. And let's put Kinky B first, because him and Kinky B came from the gutter together. You know what I'm saying? They took penitentiary chances together. Me, Carbon, Slick, man, even Five Chief and Dank, the people that really had love for him and was willing to lay down, die, go to jail, whatever, he turned his back on them. And motherfuckers don't want to see that and believe that. But you know, go to my YouTube, you'll see. I put the thing up. The lawyer got up and said it. You know, he basically said, Jeezy said Kingston had nothing to do with the shit. And that shit hurt a lot of people, man. Like, when he went and did that versus with Gucci, that shit hurt a lot of motherfuckers. And that's when I said, fuck it, I'm about to come out and tell my story. Because you tell me you about to get on stage and make amends with him, but you ain't reached out to none of us, that's what it is. That means you don't give a fuck about us, and now we don't give a fuck about you. And I really don't care who like it or not. Like I said, I'm telling my story, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and it's coming out.
Man, Clem, you know, some people watching this could think like, okay, your view on things is he hasn't taken the initiative to reach out to you, but communication, it works two ways.
Yeah, it works two ways. But
so, I mean, why not be the bigger man and reach out to him?
I don't think I should have to reach out to him, because I never did nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? And if I ain't never did nothing wrong, it's up to you to straighten that shit out. I'm not about to call you like I'm chasing you, because when I left you, that's what it was. I was done. But that don't mean that you can't still reach out and be like, bro, shit got fucked up. I know what, you know what I'm saying? Like, it come a point in time when you should want to make amends with people like us. You shouldn't want to make amends with Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane? You talking about the nigga that we pressed every day, that we woke up and went to sleep thinking about pressing this nigga? And it's all because of you? All the hate that you put in us for them other people? You know what I'm saying? Cause a lot of that shit was him instilling it in us. Fuck them niggas. We don't need them niggas. Them niggas ain't fucking with us. We gonna ride on them niggas if they play. So you think about a nigga telling you for 7 to 8 years, fuck these niggas and it's whatever. We come across them as whatever. You feel me? But we never come across them in our whole career, because you gotta understand, when the beef was going on, people knew how to keep us apart. And it's not even that. Gucci Mane knew where we hung out at, and we knew where they hung out at. Gucci Mane hung out in the hood clubs. We hung out in Buckhead. That's because we blew up so fast. And you gotta understand, I ain't gonna say blew up so fast, because niggas was partying in Buckhead before the rap. Like I said, Jeezy, even though me and him don't fuck around, I would never take away from what he did in the streets and what I really know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know he had money before rap. I know the cars and the houses and shit he had, because I moved him out of them myself. And this is how secretive he was. I moved him out of condos and houses myself. I didn't have no help moving clothes, shoes, furniture. Whatever it was to move, I had to move, because he didn't want nobody in our business. You feel me? And that's how it was. That's why I say this shit deeper than rap. So, even though, like, the Gucci Mane shit, like, when he did that shit on the verses and he let that man get up there and disrespect all of us, cause when he did that shit on the verses, he just didn't disrespect Jeezy. He disrespected and smacked everybody in the face that repped this shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I tell everybody, if you was around, you were part of this. You know what I'm saying? It just ain't me. It's a lot of people that paid homage to this CTE shit. It's people that died, people that went to jail, people that fought cases, everything about this shit. So when he did that verses and that man did that move and disrespected everything that we built, everything that we built and everything that we stood for, he let Gucci Mane tear it down in that verses, man. And all you gotta do is watch, like, how Gucci Mane do the truth. But Jeezy, you don't do none of your diss tracks.
Man, don't stay strapped.
No stay strapped. No 24, 23. Y'all niggas remember me? I think he's slow. That's what he said about Gucci Mane. I still think he's slow. Like, I still don't fuck with him. Fuck him to this day. And I don't give a fuck who like it, who don't. Gucci Mane winning. I don't give a fuck about that. Fuck him. Cause that's how passionate I'm about it. That's how much love I have for the niggas that I was around for real. You feel me? And we press lines about that shit. Like, niggas, we press lines about that shit. I can tell you about the time we ran Gucci Mane them out of Miami. We went in Miami 10 minutes, seen them niggas, we ran down on them. Shit went down. We had to go out of hotel fire escapes. Jeezy had to get us all new hotel room because we had to fucked our shit up. Shots fired and everything. You feel me? And we didn't see them niggas no more that weekend, Memorial Weekend. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to, my whole thing is they be trying to make it look like we was suckers in the whole situation. You know what I'm saying? We want, man, niggas know they know. If you don't know, you don't know. If you a Gucci Mane fan, I expect you to say certain shit. I expect you to do certain shit. But I know because I was there. You know what I'm saying? I know when we call Gucci Mane Central Station, we don't never hang at Central Station. We decided to go Central Station one night. Soon we get down the pit, by the pool table, who we see? We see Gucci Mane and his nigga. Gucci take off running. So guess what we do? We punish his niggas. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna keep talking about that because there was a lot of shit that went down and you know it is what it is. Rest in peace, Pookie Loc, man. Rest in peace, Kingpin.
What happened to damn, man? Well, you don't said a lot in one point, man. What happened in Miami?
You know, the beef was on, you know what I'm saying? We just happened to get to Miami, we checking in our hotel and we happened to look across the street and see 1017 everywhere. So we turned 1017 into 0000. You know what I'm saying? That's all it was. They could talk what they want to talk, they could say what they want to say. Man, them fools that want to see us. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't talking about 1017. Let me take that back. Brick Squad.
Oh, Brick Squad.
Brick Squad. 1017 wasn't even around yet. It was Brick Squad. It was Waka Flocka and them. Slim Duncan and them. Rest in peace to him too, because he gone now. You know what I'm saying? But I always have respect for Waka. You know what I'm saying? Because Waka always had respect for me. Like, Waka, remember me and him being in Big Cat Studios together. Before he was rapping. You know what I'm saying? So he know the situation there. And if I'm lying, I'm flying. They know. Like, we had a gun standoff in the middle of Big Cat Records. And Gucci Mane had to jump in the middle of them. Because Big Cat had a nigga signed to him named Orlando that was trying to talk shit to Jeezy while we was in the studio. You know what I'm saying? And I think he dead now too. Matter of fact.
Is this when y'all was recording Black T?
Yep, that's when we was recording Black T. See,
Before that's So Icy.
No, Black T's after So Icy.
Black T is after So Icy.
See, that's what everybody don't know about. You know, people be trying to say Jeezy and then was beefing over So Icy, right? We did song, Black T came after So Icy. So Icy was already gone.
I don't know why I thought I heard Black T before. Okay.
No, Black T was after So Icy, because we did So Icy when he was still signed to
Jazzy Faye?
HB the Boss.
Oh, you talking Gucci, not Jeezy.
No, Gucci was signed to HB the Boss.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, sign yourself.
Sign
HB.
yourself. SYS.
Shout out to HB. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He was still signed to him. Before then, you know, Gucci Mane did some sucker shit, played HB, went over and signed these New York niggas, and the New York people put a battery in his back. Big Cat Records put a battery in his back and had him diss us. But at the same time, HB had already put us on game that Gucci Mane was feeling a way about the Trap or Die verse when Jeezy said, I got more G's in the Gucci bag. You gotta understand, Trap or Die, you see where I'm at? Trap or Die is way after So Icy. You know what I'm saying? So it was never about So Icy. We never wanted So Icy. If you go back to Streets is Watching, if you go back to Trap or Die, if you go back to The Motivation 101, you tell me where we could have put So Icy on any one of them. When can we had transition to So Icy? None of that shit, because that shit was cheesy.
Yeah, y'all
we did that shit.
And all of that.
Come on, man. We had hits. And they don't understand that. Like, and that's what I don't like when they be trying to take away from the work that we did, building the whole CTE and Jeezy up. Oh, Meech paid for the songs, get paid in the club. Oh, man, quit all that shit. Meech paid for them songs because he liked the songs. He didn't pay for them because he was trying to, you know, work a record.
Oh, yeah,
he paid them because he liked them.
Yeah.
Anybody that was around that time know If you play a Jeezy song in the club back then, it was going dumb. Money getting thrown everywhere. You play a Blue Da Vinci song, you putting your money up. I'm just saying, it ain't the vibe. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's all I'm saying. Like me, myself, I'm so passionate about it because I passed out at $500,000 streets was watching CDs at Birthday Bash. This was like the last birthday bash they had outside back in the day. It's like right before All Star came, I think. Me and my homeboys passed out at $500,000 the streets was watching CDs.
$500,000?
$500,000. No, 500.
That's
1,000. And we put them together ourselves.
$500,000.
We put them together ourselves. CD cover plastic. And back then, I think his name was June. He was pressing the CDs up. June. He had about 100 goddamn disc printer, the reprint disc.
Oh, is that what you talking about?
He had 100 of them lined up on the wall, man. No lie. He printed up Thin. He printed up Trap or Die. He printed up all of them. So when people be trying to say Jeezy blew up cause of Meech and I don't like it because I was there. I seen the footwork we put in.
All right, Clem, hold on, man. Damn, bro, you dropping hella gems, man. I just want to take a step back. I don't want to stay on Gucci, but I do want to know this, man. Just on the outside looking in, at one point in time, like listening to both of them, Jeezy and Gucci, man, it came across like So Icy, 1017 Brick Squad was really like pressing, bro. It didn't come across like CT was mad. It was more so like y'all was coming across like passive because they were more like outspoken.
They was more outspoken because they was more in the hood. Not even in the hood. We're running around doing tours off mixtapes, bro. We're running around doing shows off of Streets is Watching.
Trap or
Die. We're running around doing shows. So say we gone doing shows 6 days a week. We come back on Sunday, but we gotta leave right back out Monday, right? So as we is doing all these shows and becoming bigger by the day, you gotta understand they are still down here in Atlanta dropping mixtapes dissing us. So that's where all that shit came from. You gotta understand when they started putting all them mixtapes out, we was blind to the fact because us and our whole crew was on the road 6-7 days a week, sometimes months and months and months off mixtapes.
Yeah.
So once we got back to Atlanta and started catching it, like what? Huh? They doing, so this is what they doing. You know what I'm saying? And we was gone so much, that's when we was gone so much and motherfuckers started looking at us like, oh, they left niggas behind. They ain't, you know what I'm saying? Even DJ Drama. That's where his beef came from because he started fucking with Gucci Mane. And he started doing that when we went on the road and we was gone and we was blowing up and people felt like, oh, you know, somebody like Drama felt like Jeezy's blowing up, I'm doing this mixtape, you should take me on tour with, I should be his DJ. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel you.
That's how DJs are, you know what I'm saying? But
did he make not to cut you off, did Jeezy make Drama hot with that Streets is Watching, that Trap or Die?
Man, yes.
Or was Drama popping?
Man, Drama was doing his thing. He was getting his name out there. But once that Streets is Watching and that Trap or Die, all that shit took off for him too. He can't lie.
He did have the gangster grills.
Yeah, he had gangster grills, but it wasn't no Streets is Watching gangster grills. You know, y'all might say that because I'm part of CTE, so y'all might feel like he gonna say that. Well, let's be honest. When we dropped off Trap or Die to him, matter of fact, when we dropped off Trap or Die, he was in like a Pathfinder or a Jeep Liberty or some bullshit. No lie. When Trap or Die dropped, after that, he was pulling up in goddamn Jaguars, fucking Benzes. You know what I'm saying? Like how before us, he still had T.I. gangster grills and shit. But that shit wasn't making no buzz. I mean, not taking away from T.I. because T.I. always going to be one of the greats. But he'll never be a Jeezy.
Damn.
I'm just going to be honest.
A lot of people would disagree with you.
I mean, they would, but disagree with me how? What makes T.I. better than Jeezy?
Not necessarily.
Not better, but you can say because he's been out longer. He probably got more albums than him.
So,
but as far as our reach and our influence that we had when we came out, no, he can't touch that. Can't nobody touch that, man. I don't care what nobody's saying. Like we did what 50 Cent did when he came out. You know what I'm saying? 50 Cent was torn off mixtapes.
Yeah.
We came torn off mixtapes. T.I. wasn't torn off mixtapes. I'm just being honest. We was running around getting 50, 60 and show off. The streets is watching, man.
And y'all just gave them mixtapes away?
Everything was free. Streets is watching, Trap or Die. All that shit was free.
But it was people selling them though.
Yeah, that's why Drama got locked up. Because he was selling them. You know what I'm saying? That's why the feds came. Just think about it. The feds came right after Trap or Die and shit. You feel me? Right after Trap or Die, all that shit, and he get hit. Because at the end of the day, he made some money off that Streets is watching and Trap or Die shit, man.
So he pull it up.
Man, hell yeah.
Foreign cars.
I don't care what nobody say, man. When we dropped our Gangsta Grills, man, that shit took off for him. You know what I'm saying? Like T.I., I ain't never gonna take away from what T.I. did and who he is. Like I said, he's always gonna be one of the great. But he was a trap rapper. You know, they call him trap rapper. I call us kingpin rappers. He was talking about dime bags in the trap and shit. We was talking about moving units. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't talking about trapping out of Bowen Homes. We was talking about in mansions counting money on counters. Motivation. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth. But they gonna say I'm hating. But once again, fuck them because I don't care.
Man, it's a video you put out on your YouTube channel where you revealed that in the early stages, T.I. and Jeezy didn't get along.
They was hating. He was hating.
You said they or he?
He. T.I. was hating.
Talk about that, bro.
Man, I remember one time we had our first show at the Bounce. First show at the Bounce.
For the people who don't know, what's the Bounce?
The Bounce is an old club on Bankhead. Everybody in Atlanta, everybody know it. It's the old Bounce. Trick Daddy was there. Cause I'm thinking it might have been Birthday Bash weekend, or it was Birthday Bash or All Star Weekend. Whatever it was, it wasn't All Star Weekend. Cause All Star Weekend, that's when Alex first opened Visions, and so it wasn't All Star Weekend. It was Birthday Bash, and yep, cause we had passed out all the streets as watches at Birthday Bash, and we had a show at the Bounce. I think he went, Kinky B went. I think Five Chief and Dank was there, Coach K was there, I was there, and somebody else was there, I don't know. But they call us to stage, Jeezy to the stage. On our way to the stage, guess who jumps on stage? T.I. and all his crew, all the
PSE,
Country Kane, A-Rock, all of them, they jumped on stage. But once again, you know, we like shit, it's they hood. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
y'all wasn't tripping. Y'all wasn't like, this a big moment for y'all?
No, we wasn't a big moment because we knew we still was going to get on stage and kill it. You know what I'm saying? So we all sat back by the pool table, just let T.I. do his show. Trick Daddy in the back smoking booms. So we didn't go back there. We stayed up the side.
That's that weed and that cocaine.
Yes, sir. So we stayed on the side by the pool table. No cat, this is all true story, man. And T.I. jumped on stage. And we already knew right there he was hating because the buzz was around Atlanta. It's a new nigga out here named Young Jeezy. And he's killing shit.
And he wasn't from Atlanta.
And he wasn't from Atlanta. And that's why a lot of the hate came from. Everybody, because if you look back at a lot of the hate, they always gonna bring that up. He wasn't from Atlanta. They ain't from Atlanta.
He represented Atlanta though.
He represented Atlanta, but you can say he ain't from there, but he from Georgia. And he's been coming to Atlanta his whole life. Like, he was getting money in Atlanta. He know niggas that get money in Atlanta. Niggas know him.
He used to always rep the 4th Ward, though.
Yeah, he repped the 4th Ward called the Slick and O-Dog.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Slick Puller from the 4th Ward.
And you talking about BMF? O-Dog?
BMF O-Dog.
Okay.
You know, him and O-Dog was down there like best friends.
Man, not the damn. I want to ask you about all that. So before they stepped up and took the mic when y'all was supposed to perform.
They didn't take the mic. Hold on.
Well, no.
We were just walking to the stage.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They went ahead and performed. Was there already like some type of like little rumor circulating that they had issues, anything like that?
Nah, because there wasn't no issues called Jeezy didn't know T.I.
Well, I'm sure he knew of him.
He knew of him, but he didn't know him personally to where we would think it was a problem. You know, we was just thinking like, shit, it's the Bounce, we in Bankhead, that's where they from.
That's their hood.
They just want to do their shit. We wasn't tripping because we still was going to go up and do our shit. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy got up there and murdered that shit. Came into this game, young and yay tall, gold mouth, shot me a bill, caught my first 8-ball. Come on, man. The motherfuckers in there like, no cap. After that, it was a rap.
That's that shot. That's a Shorty Red beat, ain't it?
That's that Shorty Red beat. Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, that's that whole
classic.
Like I said, gold mouth shot me the bill, caught my first 8-ball. Not that fake gold mouth. Not the fake one. The real gold mouth. But anyway, back to your question.
About the T.I. Jeezy.
So the second time that we knew it was a problem, right? Me and my homeboys, right? My homeboys from here, cause 3 of my homeboys from here went down there with me when Coach K called me to come down there to help with promotion. Cause that's how I first started working with G. I started working for promotion. And he had to come and shop with me, man. That was his first double disc CD.
Was he wasn't even Young Jeezy then, was he?
He was Young Jeezy then, but he was still going. He was Young Jeezy.
Lil J?
I remember when he was still Lil J when that Come Shop With Me shit came out, but he had to change his name because there was another young guy out of LA that had the same name.
He was always an R&B artist or something with curly hair.
Yeah, so we had to change his name, and him and Coach came up with Young Jeezy.
That's probably the best move he made.
Yeah.
I think that's more marketable. Young Jeezy than Coach.
Like him, Coach, and King came up with the Corporate Thugs Entertainment. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only reason. That's another reason why I'm coming out speaking now too, because I don't like how that nigga did niggas, man. He really trying to make it like nobody had nothing to do with nothing he had going on.
No, for real. No, I want to get, but back to the second time you and T.I.
Okay, you want to get back to T.I.?
Okay. You go just take the ball and run to the
Hey man,
you got a lot on your chest.
I got a lot on my chest.
No, so that's the first run in at the bounce.
The second run in that was at the AU.
Y'all never chopped it up at the bounce.
No.
When they took the stage.
No.
Y'all just let it slide.
They just let it slide. I mean, we weren't worried about it. You gotta think about it. Like, we didn't know we didn't think that he was coming at us because he jumped on stage. You know, at the time, T.I. was a big artist. And he still is a big artist.
Is that when he had like 24s and all of that out?
What was it? Man, I don't know. I really never was a fan of him. So I never listened to none of his music like that. Not to be like that, but I was never a fan. But everybody know money, clothes, cars, and everybody know that, like you said. So, but we didn't think about no beef then. We were just like, he's a star. That's T.I. He want to jump on stage, bankhead. What we gonna say? We ain't tripping. Jeezy over there with probably $200,000 of jewelry on, brand new 745s outside, kink in a motherfucking brand new Benz. Like this ain't no rap money either. This is sharp. We niggas is still out there. You know what I'm saying? Like I can tell you plenty, man. Yeah, anyway.
No, I want to hear all of that. You know what I mean? But,
like people be trying to just be like the T.I. should stay on T.I. So they had a big concert at the AU. It was a big music festival, something. So everybody rap van is going in, right? Everybody rap van. How back then rap vans is what it was.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, so everybody van going in, but we jump in the line. They cut us off. Police and everything, like y'all can't come in here. And we like,
this to come shop with me van?
Yeah, it's to come shop with me van.
So this is before Streets is watching?
Before Streets is watching.
Okay.
Now this is before Streets is watching.
Okay.
We need to come shop with me van. So they don't let us come in. You feel what I'm saying? They block the entrance, tell us we can't come in. So we say, fuck it, we about to park and walk. So when we park, we walking in the AU passing out come shop with me shit, flyers, whatever we had. Cause it was a promotion dude that we used to be with named Kareem. He was head of promotion when we first got there. And we used to be with him and all the time, right? So when we out there doing our thing, we right by the gate where everybody's at. They perform on the other side on the football field. So we out there, and then we just hear T.I. talking. And he like, yeah, I heard some new nigga out here named Young Cheesy, Young Nigga. You tell that nigga whatever he did, he said that and he dropped his song. You know what I'm saying? So we heard it. So we went back to Jeezy and coaching him and told him what we just heard. Hey man, T.I. just said some shit. It's a new nigga out here named Young Cheesy, Young Jeezy, whatever his name is. You telling him I said, and he dropped one of his songs. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Rubber Band Man. I don't know what it was, but he did that. So that same night, me, my 2 homeboys, Jeezy, Big Meech, J-Bo, Woo. It was a couple other niggas there from BMF, but that's the niggas I know. And Blue Da Vinci, I think Blue Da Vinci was there. I can't really remember, but Meechin was in. It was T.I.'s party in Buckhead. We went to his parties because he did that shit at the AU. So we mounted up at his party. Meechin them down there bought the whole upstairs VIP, and they was ordering the Magnum bottles that's big like this to him. Like T.I. never showed up. So the next night, we end up at Magic City. T.I. there. Jeezy and T.I. about to get into it, face to face.
What happened?
Shit, the shit that he said at the AU.
No, I'm talking about like, how did they get face to face at Magic City?
Because they seen each other. Jeezy seen T.I. and ran up on him.
He just approached him?
He approached him. Yeah, and then Meech came down there too. And Danner got in the middle of both of them, was like, hell, like, that niggas gotta get money together. You know what I'm saying? Meech was a real one, you know what I'm saying? Meech the one that squashed that shit between him and T.I.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, bro, even saying that, like on the outside looking in, you know, Jeezy don't really, he wasn't like Gucci Mane. You know, Gucci Mane is footage out there of him getting in different altercations, verbally and physically, and
well, me myself, I never seen him getting no physical altercation. You gotta show me that video.
You can see him in the mall and stuff like. Well, you know what? Let me take that back. Well, he didn't
have altercation verbal.
He come across like
he with the shit, but he ain't. I know plenty of times we ran him about the clubs, so you know they try to make it look like that. But once again, I'm not here for that. You know, we all know the history. I know the history of Gucci Mane. I know about shitting on yourself. I know about taking X pills, getting in the shower with your homeboys.
That's what
but
he
we
said
ain't
on
gonna
Stay
talk
Strapped.
about that.
That's true. He said that on Stay Strapped.
Come on, man. Jeezy really never talked about nothing that was fake. I give him that. Everything he talked about on his record was real.
He got in the shower with his homeboy.
Man, hey man, you gotta find them to talk about that. I wasn't there, don't want to be there.
According to who?
According to the people that was around that supposed to be his people. I'm just telling you the story we was getting, and it was true. Well, the people was there.
You mentioned a name, man, when you was shouting out your people in Macon. You said Pookie Loc was one of them. So you knew him prior to his passing.
Yeah.
So like, what role did he play in this whole CT? Because I saw an interview with Goldmouth when he was like Pookie Loc. Then Jeezy didn't F with Pookie Loc.
So one, you gotta say the fake Goldmouth. I'm just saying he's the fake Goldmouth. He stole the real Goldmouth name while he was in prison. Got out of prison, ran with the name, put a book out. He doing all these podcasts off being the fake Goldmouth. You gotta understand, I don't even know him. So if I was with Jeezy for 15 years and I don't know you, never heard of you, Jeezy never sent me to put money in your books, Kinky never sent me to put money in your books, and I was putting money on niggas' books. I was dropping off money to put on Meech's books, Boosie books, Slick books. You know what I'm saying? Goldmouth and Mailman. I never had to go put money on Mirror books. I never had to take money to people to put on his books. I ain't even know about him until we start talking about he's the real Goldmouth, and you can't tell me you the fake one.
All right, man.
I lived with Mailman. You feel me? Me and Mailman lived in the same mansion together. When he got out of prison, Jeezy moved Mailman in with me. You feel what I'm saying? He gave Mailman a brand new Escalade truck and gave me a brand new vet. Like, people don't understand this shit deeper than rap, but people gonna say I'm hating, but it's all good.
Man, well, we could get the Goldmouth too. But I mean, or you know,
I got you, yeah.
But so Pookie Loc, what was his role in CT, and what was your relationship like with Pookie Loc, bro?
Pookie Loc was supposed to be signed to us.
He was a rapper.
Yeah, Pookie Loc was a rapper. Him, Luke Ruger, and they had another member. They was called Logan's Lifestyle. You feel me? They was supposed to be signed to CTE, and they was. You know what I'm saying? And like, far as that go, that's what that is. You know, what the fake Goldmouth is talking about, that Jeezy didn't mess with him and he didn't mess with him either. Like, man, you was gone for 20 years down there, wasn't you? You was locked up for 20 years. How you know what was going on with CTE? If you wasn't at Thug Mansion, you can't talk to me about nothing. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't know him. I don't know like Little Mir. I'm gonna quit calling him Goldmouth. Little Mir. You know what I'm saying? I don't know him. So for him to speak on Pookie Loc and Kingpin and people that I really had love for, that's why I don't like it. And that's why I decided to come out now and start talking because wasn't nobody talking for us. Not even Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? He was, he talked about his son, but he was giving false shit out. I was in the house with a bunch of niggas. I wake up mad, they mad. You know what I'm saying? Like, quit giving a false narrative about we was mad. You had a bunch of young niggas from the ghetto that came from nothing living in $1 million, $2 million mansion. $3 million worth of cars outside.
What you mad about?
Everybody got jewelry. We wasn't mad. He might have been mad, but Jeezy was always mad. I'm gonna just keep it real. Every day he woke up, he was different. God damn it. But I dealt with it. You know what I'm saying? For 15 years, because he never woke up different towards me until certain times when me and him have a conversation. I knew that shit was over, really. You know what I'm saying? So that's really why I split ways, because the conversation that me and him had in Miami in the cabana, and it was some bullshit to me. So I just let that shit go. But as far as the Pookie Loc go, nah, quit all that Pookie Loc shit. He fuck with Pookie Loc. Everybody fuck with Pookie Loc. That's the general.
Man, yeah. Why you call him the general? Like, break. So who was he? What was he in Macon, bro? Like, I know he was.
You gotta understand, Macon is gang bang central.
He was a crip.
He was a crip, big crip. You know what I'm saying? Big crip. What was the name he saying? 5'5"? He ain't no 5'5". I'm just saying, like, you know how Crip Mac be banging? That's how them niggas is. They love they hood.
In Georgia.
They in Georgia, Macon, Georgia, Univille. You know what I'm saying? Mad Block. They know, people that know. They know. And you gotta understand, I get emotional about that shit because you gotta understand, I was one of the ones that found Pookie Loc too. You know what I'm saying? I was there when we found Pookie Loc body. So, that's why I feel a certain way when motherfuckers bring up shit that they don't know what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? Don't speak on them if you wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? And my whole thing with Lil Mir, the fake gold mouth, the shit that you saying, I know you ain't talking to nobody from your hood. Cause let's get make it for real. He like my niggas. I'm guilty by association. You feel me? I'm not a gang banger. I don't. You know what I'm saying? None of that shit. I'm guilty by association. My association runs deep. Cause of niggas that I know. You feel me? So, and my niggas that I know that's reputable members tell me, nigga, that nigga ain't nobody. Lil Mir, that nigga ain't banging the hood. That nigga went out here banging this crip shit when we was doing this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they say that shit and they mean that shit. And cause he be speaking on members that he shouldn't be speaking on. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I get real in my feelings when it comes to this CTE shit, man. Because I lived this shit for real, and I know a million niggas that was around us that lived it for real too. And for people to do certain things and nobody's there to step up and speak for us, that's why I came out. That's why I started my YouTube. I didn't have to do that shit. I didn't care, you know what I'm saying? I was sitting back living my life doing me. Like, to be honest with you, the life that I lived with Jeezy, nobody can never take that from me. I could die tomorrow. I lived my life, cuz. Like, I lived my life to the fullest. I did some shit that motherfuckers would never do. And it's a lot of motherfuckers never been on tour with Jay-Z. It's motherfuckers never been on tour with Drake. Motherfuckers never been on tour with Nicki. Motherfuckers never been on tour with Wayne. Motherfuckers never been on tour with T.I., Jim Jones, and all these niggas. Like, I've been on tour with all these niggas. Talking about big boy tours. You know what I'm saying? Like, when we went on the Blueprint Jay-Z tour, it was just me, Jeezy, and security and the road manager, because our whole crew got locked up in Times Square with 14 guns in a bag. You know what I'm saying? This is the first day of the tour. Market Square Arena. Madison Square Garden. Motherfucking ATF hip-hop cops hit our whole crew. They didn't get me because, like I said, I always was the nigga. I was always before my time, bro. And everybody that know me from the CT shit know I was before my time. That's why Jeezy had me like this. You know what I'm saying? I was smart. I could think for myself. I wasn't going to crash out. And he knew he could trust me. You know what I'm saying? You show me any other nigga that he used to have go to the bank and pick up $400,000 or drop off $300,000 to the bank, to the accountant and all that. Nigga, I could have got my car and went home on his ass. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of time. Fuck this nigga. He ain't gonna come to my city with that shit. But nah, I was a little nigga, so when he do interviews and he say that he had people around him he can't trust, that's why I did the little thing and said you gotta put a name on that shit, man. Cause there was too many niggas around and I know you could trust. Yeah. And stop trying to make it look like we was the niggas that was snakes and slimy around you. Like everybody did their little slimy shit, but it wasn't nothing towards him. It wasn't fucking up his money. Niggas making moves for themselves. But other than that, man, I don't. Man, rest in peace, Pookie Loc, man.
Nah, for sure, bro. I mean, I know you brought it back full circle. With Pookie Loc, bro. Like you said, he was a big dog out there. So, do you remember the night when you got the news and how everything played out? As much as you comfortable with talking about?
Nah, I really didn't leave that alone. You feel me? Cause it was called for. It really wasn't no call. You know what I'm saying? It really wasn't no call. It was just the call I got is you need to go with Cuz and them to go look for Cuz. That's the only call I got. Cause they don't know where he at. He ain't answered his phone. Last thing they know, he was going to see a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And they know where the bitch lives, so I guess we went around there and looked for him and shit. Woo. But like you said, I really don't want to speak on that because people was hurt behind that, and people still can get hurt behind that. You know what I'm saying? It's certain things that never end. Maybe it ended with Jeezy cause the verses, but once again, I still say he a suck ass nigga for that cause some shit never ends. You know what I'm saying? You did that shit to try to boost your career and try to get. You know what I'm saying? You thought you was gonna get something off of it, but all it did was bring you down. I don't care what nobody say.
But Clem, I will say this, man, like paying attention to your channel, and I respect that, dog. Like, well, you was pretty vocal about Gucci Mane claiming that, but he wasn't the one who did that.
Yeah, everybody, man, if you know, you know. Like Dirk said, I know a nigga claim a body but didn't do it, man. As far as I'm gonna go with that shit, man. You feel what I'm saying? I can't. I ain't about to.
No, the only reason I'm saying that because somebody came out recently. They was on No Jumper, and they was talking about how they were allegedly the one who did that and was there with him. The dude associated with Gucci Mane.
I wasn't there.
No, I'm not. I'm just.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like I ain't even seen that. Like a nigga said that he did it.
Between me and you, I can cut that out. But a dude named Throwback.
I mean, you got cut out because you said it's on No Jumper, so shit.
Yeah, Young Throwback.
I don't even know who that is.
That's the dude. He used to say he was Gucci Mane's brother.
Oh man, I don't even know if he was around when I was around. We probably got on his ass too.
He used to be with Walker and all of them. Yeah, but I don't think he around Gucci no more.
No, I ain't talking about right now. I'm talking about back then. If he know, he know. We probably got on their ass too. Like it wasn't too many motherfuckers open their mouth on us and we didn't get on their ass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know about no Throwback. I don't know. All I know is Walker and Gucci. That's all I knew. I don't respect niggas like that. Like,
why you say that?
Just because, like, you out here, you on social media and you repping that you killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, this your claim. Okay, you saying you killed him, but you can't. Where's the proof at? Like, I don't even know who you is. I don't even know you. So I'm thinking you just clout chasing. Man, we stayed far away from that shit as we could. Because Gucci Mane was doing too much police shit. You know what I'm saying? You go back and look at all the videos he did. Every time he did a video, he sent somebody to kill me. Or they sent somebody to kill me. They sent somebody to kill me. That's police shit. We ain't sent nobody to kill you. Facts. Like, I don't know what the fuck you talking about. Nigga, we could have got you plenty of times, nigga. If that's what you trying to think. Riding around that yellow Ferrari. Nigga, act like you nigga, what you think me know you lived at Lenox Road in Lindbergh, nigga? Nigga, we was laying on you a lot. It was always a red light put on you. Jeezy always put the red light on you. You know what I'm saying? Like that nigga was, man. Let me tell you, man. Let's get off of Gucci Mane, man. Cause I'm getting mad right now.
Sure.
But not even that, man. It's just that they just be putting the false narratives out there, like niggas was just scared and niggas was suckers and he was just pressing everybody line. Come on, man. Could have caught him going in that gate plenty nights, man. Quit playing with us. But anyway.
No, for sure, man. Now, I will say this, though. I remember seeing that Rap City interview, and he had said that, I don't know if you remember, with him and Mad Links, but he was like, man, he had called Jeezy out and said X, Y, and Z about that. But
Yeah, I remember that, yeah.
But you said, so what really, like, sent you over the top was the verses, though. You say you can't come back.
Yeah, send me over the top with the verses.
So prior to that, you feel like everything could have been squashed?
I mean, prior to that, it wasn't. Prior to that, everybody was doing their own thing, living their life. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's still doing their own thing, living their life. But after that verses, you gotta understand how many phone calls I got, how many DMs I got, cause I didn't watch the verses. Me, none of my niggas. You know what I'm saying? Nobody. All the making family, nobody watched the verses. Because by him already doing a verses with this nigga was a smack in the face to all of us. So we weren't watching that shit. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, if you watch them verses, that might be some of the lowest viewed verses they got. You know what I'm saying? But just think about it. You gonna do a verses with Gucci. Why didn't you do it with T.I.? Because T.I. called you out. You know what I'm saying? T.I. wanted to do a verse with Jeezy. Jeezy wanted to do it with Gucci. You know what I'm saying? Why? For one, he never liked T.I. I know this. Everybody probably don't know this, but I know this. I know the conversation we had about a lot of niggas. Fuck them niggas. But he wanted to go over here, thought he was gonna make his career come off the ground a little bit. Oh, I'm squashing the beef with Gucci. We doing this. We gonna do so icy at the end together. For one, nigga, when he did that Truth song, nigga, you should have threw that mic at him in the chair. You know what I'm saying? This man literally on stage disrespecting all of us. When he mentioned Pookie Loc, he mentioned all of us. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just a Jeezy thing. Everybody think it was just a Jeezy thing. No. This was a lot of people that was involved in this, and a lot of people that was hurt behind that shit when he went up there and did that verse with that man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit that niggas stood on, a lot of shit that niggas was doing on behalf of him, and then you come out here and do this. But once again, Jeezy has no one with him from his day one. No one. No one. Nah, y'all might think I'm exaggerating. Pull up a picture of Jeezy and niggas that he's with right now. Nobody is from the beginning. Nobody. And if it is, ain't nobody from the beginning. Nobody.
What about he used to always shout out Carbon 15?
Carbon, that's my boy. Carbon 15, my guy. If you look on my YouTube, it says executive producer, Carbon 15.
I saw that. Yeah.
Rare Individuals. Shout out my boy too. He got a clothing line called Rare Individuals that's doing good. So you know that's my boy. Carbon, my brother. Me and Carbon talk every day.
But I know he used to shout him out a lot.
Yeah, he used to shout everybody out. Everybody used to shout out. He stabbed in the back too. You know, you name one nigga he shouted out that still. How you shout out niggas on your album but they ain't with you? You know what I'm saying? Like you shout out niggas for years. Niggas held you down for years.
What about Mailman and Goldmouth?
Mailman, you gotta think about Mailman and Goldmouth, his family. That's his cousins.
Like his blood cousins.
Yeah, it's blood cousins. You know what I'm saying? But I know, but that Mailman and Goldmouth, his blood cousins. They family. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that's always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? But don't get me wrong. There's a lot of shit that he ain't do for them. Shit, if people want to talk about it, it's a lot of shit he didn't do for them when they got out of prison and all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, but I ain't gonna talk about that because that's their story. If they want that shit to be told, they can. But I know because I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was there. I know how he talked about these niggas. Like, he can say what he want to say. I was the closest thing to him, man. I lived with this man for years in the same house, me and him. After we moved out from Thug Mansion with all the guys, me and him got condos at Park Regency. Me and him got condos at Buckhead Loop. We had a condo at Buckhead Grand. We had condos all over Buckhead. You feel me? And you gotta understand, when Jeezy got a new place, I got a new place. Because I was with him. He never got a place that was 1 bedroom, it was always 2 or 3 bedrooms.
So you stayed with him every time?
Every time. Yeah, every time.
Not him getting you a place and getting his own place. Y'all stayed together.
Nah, we stayed together.
Like was you kind of like a, I don't want to say security guard, but.
Man, to be honest, I was security. I was a personal assistant. I was a chef. I was a driver. Whatever you want to call it, to him, that's what I was. Because I was with him 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? When he went to meetings, I was the one in the car for 2-3 hours waiting. You know what I'm saying? If he had dinner meetings or dinner dates, or if he was going to do something, I was the one in the car with the guns waiting for him to come out for hours. If he was going to fuck a bitch at a hotel, I was the one downstairs at the hotel with the guns waiting for him to get out. You know what I'm saying? I was the one that had his bag, his wallet, black cards and everything that I could use at whenever I wanted to. I was the one with the bags that had $200,000-300,000 in them, cash, that I could use when the fuck I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? That was me.
Man, Clem, what do you think was the driving force behind him developing such a trust in you? Like was it one particular situation where you kind of showed your loyalty, or was it just a combination of different things that brought y'all close?
I think it was just I think it was just a combination of shit. It's just like when you meet somebody, it's like me, I can, like, when I meet a person, I can tell what type of nigga they is immediately. You know what I'm saying? If not immediately, I can have a conversation with you and I can tell where we're going with this. You feel me? So, and I think with me and him, I really don't know what it was, cause it was just we just connected. So I don't know. I can't lie, he fucked with me. You feel me? Like when I think after I took that first gun charge, after I took a gun charge in Atlanta for my homeboys, after that I had went back to Indianapolis for like 2 weeks. And that's when Jeezy called me. He was with Slick Puller. Slick Puller called me. And Jeezy was with him. And Jeezy got on the phone, was like, "Where you at, nigga?" I was like, "Well, shit, I'm back in Indiana." You know what I'm saying? I'm back in Indiana. He's like, "What the fuck you doing back in Indiana?" I was like, "Well, shit, whatever." He was like, "Well, shit, I'm about to fly you back down here. And you coming to live with me. And we about to take this music shit serious. I want you to be a part of it." For real, that's what he called me on the phone and said. He called me on, Slick Puller called me, Slick Puller gave on the phone. He told me he wanted me to be a part of his CTE shit, and he wanted me to rock with him. And he about to go buy a new house so we can all move in together. He's gonna move out of his condos and shit. So that following weekend, he flew me back to Atlanta. Probably 3 days later, I moved him out of his condo at Park Regency. And we bought a house out on Cascade. We bought it's like a 4-5 bedroom house. We bought, it was me, him, Fi Chief and Dank, and Slick Puller, whenever Slick Puller was over there. So, and we was all on air mattresses. Jeezy probably had the only one with a bedroom suit. But you gotta understand, I just moved him out of like 5 places. So he had bedroom suits.
It was like in storage or something?
No, I think we left a lot of shit. We just really took clothes and shoes and certain shit, but a lot of furniture and shit he left. He didn't even want that shit. For one, you gotta understand, this is still in the streets. It ain't no rap yet. This is still street shit. So when I moved him, you gotta understand, when I moved him out of the Park Regency shit, you gotta understand, Oprah was upstairs, Cordell Stewart, fucking Andrew James. This is all in the condo. The whole condo thought he was a baseball player, my nigga, because all he wore was jerseys. And don't get it wrong, his condo, he's paying $6,000-7,000 a month for this motherfucker. And that's just one place. I moved him out of 4 other places that he's paying rent at. So when people try to say that Jeezy ain't had no money or Meech put him on, I'll quit all that. Because to be honest with you, if you want to be real, he probably paid for some of Blue Da Vinci videos and paid for some of Blue Da Vinci studio time and probably some of his jewelry. You know, when he say Mr. 17.5, I got to give that to him. He ain't lying. I ain't going to take away from what he did in the streets. I just don't like what he did after shit switched up and went whole industry on us. You know what I'm saying? For everybody that loved him. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I still got love for him. Kinky B still got love for him. Carbon got love for him. If you had love for him once, you still got love for him. You just might not just fuck with him.
So he a good dude then?
Nah, he a good dude, but he just got selfish ways. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say he think about himself, but
he got selfish ways.
He got selfish ways. You know what I'm saying? And like anybody that could tell you, like even my cousin Coach, like when him and Jeezy left, when he left Jeezy, you gotta understand he went to work for Rocco and Gucci Mane.
And he looking like you messing with the op.
I mean, he was messing with the ops, but you can't.
Not Rocco, but you know.
Yeah, Gucci, but you can't even say that because Coach K is Coach K. You know what I'm saying? Coach K is business. You know what I'm saying? Coach K is business. He was Jeezy's manager. even though he was Jeezy's manager, he wasn't like me and Jeezy was. You know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't like me and Jeezy.
Did that put you in a, did it ever get like heated or put you in some interesting positions because that's your first cousin and you see he part ways and go over there and mess with Gucci, bro?
Not really. Not with me. I mean, no.
Cause I know Jeezy wasn't rocking with that.
Oh, Jeezy wasn't.
He talked about him in
but
music,
Jeezy wasn't rocking. Jeezy wasn't rocking with it. But that was my first cousin. So you know, I never had nothing bad to say about it.
No, but what I'm saying is, if you were aware of, you know, Jeezy's feelings toward him.
But that was really Jeezy being a sucker. You know what I'm saying? You can't fault a man for going to do what he do and chase his dream. He had nothing to do with that beef. You feel me? He had nothing. Coach K had nothing to do with that beef. That was Jeezy and Gucci's beef. You feel me? And they cruise. Coach K was his manager. Coach K was his business partner. You feel me? That's like, okay, say Coach K worked for Def Jam, and he was put to work Jeezy's album and Jeezy project. Just cause he worked Jeezy project, that makes him a part of the beef that Jeezy got in the streets.
No, that ain't what I'm saying. But
I know what you're saying. But I'm just putting that in perspective. Like what Coach was doing, that was Coach. He's supposed to do that. Now by Jeezy looking at him and putting him in songs, cause you fucking with the other side and all this, you can't do that. Cause Coach was just your manager. He helped you with business. That don't mean he take on your street shit. You feel me? Now, when it comes to somebody like me, I was part of the crew. I was part of the street shit. You know what I'm saying? When Coach left and I didn't go, I didn't leave because me and Coach never had a conversation about him and Jeezy splitting ways and what's the next move. Me and Coach never had a conversation to this day about that shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's surprising, man.
But you gotta understand, it was like a job. Just say Coach gave me a job at a Fortune 500 company, right? And they happen to get rid of Coach. I'm supposed to follow Coach and quit? I'm still gonna do what I was put here to do. But I never knew. See, one thing about me and Jeezy, we never talked about him and Coach or him and Kinky B. You feel me? We never talked about them two and what they had going on. Only thing I knew is Coach wasn't coming around no more. You feel me? All I knew is Kinky B wasn't coming around no more. But Jeezy never came to me and was like, fuck them niggas, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Cause for one, no matter what, Coach is my first cousin. You feel me? So I would never let Jeezy talk about him like that.
And that's what I was getting at. Like, if it ever puts you in some interesting positions.
It never.
If he ever came at you like that.
Never.
Oh yeah. So, but I mean, you just clear. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, never. He never came to me and was like, fuck Coach, fuck that. That's my first cousin. Me and him grew up in the same house together for years. My grandmama house. You know what I'm saying? Like from I'm a little kid to up high, whatever. We was together when Coach K got his leg shot off, I was with Coach K every day at his house.
You said he got his leg shot off?
Yeah, Coach K had got his leg shot off when he was in college. Some shit that went down, some people ran into their apartment and shot his leg off with a shotgun. But that's why Coach K walked with that limp. You feel me? So it's nothing nobody can tell me to go against Coach or my cousin. You feel me? I was just doing a job. I was with Jeezy, I was doing the job, I was holding him down. That's what I was brought to do. He embraced me like a little brother. I had loyalty to him. But my loyalty to him was never more than my loyalty to my family.
But didn't you say it was like a brotherhood though?
It was a brotherhood, yeah.
You said he called you his little brother.
Yeah.
Did you look at him like a big brother?
Man, anybody who Jeezy, yeah, I look at him like a big brother.
But
yeah.
You said you was doing a job though.
Yeah, I was doing a job, but
you see what I'm saying?
I was doing a job, but it was.
Sound like it's deep.
You can still do a job. You can still do a job and still have brotherly bonds with people. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I knew my job was protect the captain of this boat. Without him, this boat don't move. And anybody around Atlanta and anywhere else knew if they seen me with him, I was gonna make sure he was straight, no matter what. If we got to something, the police come around, I'm taking the charges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If something happened, I'm taking it. Like, no, it's me. I got it. This is me. And that's why he always did what he was supposed to do to me. Like, I don't know what else he did for everybody else, but I know every time I caught a case, I always went to court with 2 or 3 lawyers.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? He always bailed me out.
I looked out for you.
He like I can't speak for what he did for everybody else, but I can speak for what he did to me. And it's some shit I would never take away from him because he kept it real on some aspects, and some aspects he did.
Man, let me ask you this. So, you said it's been you gave him 8 years to kind of like just start the communication, take the initiative to reach out to you, and y'all go from there. Mm-hmm. So you left around
2015.
Is that Seen It All? Or is that before that? That's
No, Seen It All was way before that. I mean, I left way after Seen It All.
When did you leave?
I left. When did he start doing the Bankroll fresh shit?
All there and all that.
I was gone. Because if I was there, I would have never did it.
Why you say that?
Just because, like, all of a sudden you want to fuck with this man when he dead? What song they had before he died?
He said, I don't know about the songs, but I know he did say they used to politic prior to
but
that.
if you go to some old interviews, it's some new interviews out with some people that used to be with Bankroll Fresh, right? And they just came out and they were saying how Bankroll Fresh didn't want to fuck with Jeezy because he was waiting on Gucci Man to get out of jail to fuck with him.
Yeah.
If you listen to some interviews came out like that.
Fresh used to be tight with Gucci.
And that's
I think he tried to sign him.
But that's my whole thing before the end. Bankroll Fresh won't fuck with no Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta understand, people looked at Jeezy and CTE as in Jay-Z and Rockefeller, man. No lie. Like, we was big like that and on the way to be that if he just would have kept on the road that we was on.
So why do you think people say that he never put nobody on? You talking about Jay-Z and Rockefeller. The other people on that label,
But you heard I said we could have got to that.
That's why I'm asking you, why do you feel like it didn't make it to that point?
To me, as I look at shit now, Jeezy didn't know what to do. He didn't know how to push other artists. He knew how to push himself. You know what I'm saying? He know what he wanted for himself. You know what I'm saying? But as far as that, like, I think it was just him. I'm being honest, it was just him on all the shine, man. Cause how the hell you got a group called USDA that sell $500,000 and you don't want to go on tour with them? You know what I'm saying? Just think about it. These folks did $500,000 with no promo. $500,000. All you had to do was go on tour, and it probably would have went platinum.
That was on a major label, though, right?
Def Jam. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, it was on Def Jam.
But you said they didn't push it.
We pushed it. They didn't want to do white girls. They didn't want to touch that white girl shit. We did that shit on our own, and motherfuckers was like, oh.
Banger, yeah.
They were like, oh no, you might, and that shit was a banger. You know what I'm saying? So, but once again, we're not gonna take away from why USDA did $500,000. Of course, they did $500,000 because of the buzz from Young Jeezy. We all know that.
He always shouted out.
But
USDA.
hold on, why did G Unit do millions of records? Because of the buzz of 50 Cent.
For sure.
Why did Lloyd Banks sell $1 million album? Because of 50 Cent. Why did Tony Yayo sell $1 million? Because of 50 Cent. Why did Buck sell $1 million? Because of 50 Cent. But he did what he was supposed to do to push them boys.
And they toured and all that.
Tours, all that shit.
Interviews.
Man, Jeezy went on one show with these guys. Came back and told Kinky B he don't want to do no more tour with them niggas. I do a tour myself. Because the tour was set up for USDA, not Young Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? He went on the tour himself. I know because I was there for every day of the tour.
So what was his reasoning behind wanting to change directions with the tour?
Nobody never knows. That's something that he would have to answer. All we know is the shit was going good. They was here to see USDA and Young Jeezy. The first show was crazy.
For real?
No, for real. You can ask Carbon 15 if you ever get him on camera. Like, he'll tell you he was there. He know it too. Jeezy said he didn't want to go on tour with these guys, man. Like, that's all it was. Like, anybody know, like you said, everybody want to know why I'm coming out now. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to tell my story. I'm just telling my story. But everybody know me, know I was with everything he was with.
Man, so...
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I was going to ask you, so you just said it again, you coming out now and sharing your story, I'm sure it's probably got back to him in one form or another. Has anybody sent word?
I've been hearing some shit.
Like
but
like,
it's not from him. It's from people that might talk to him and whatnot, but
like
they ain't saying nothing. Let me tell you something, man. He ain't never spoke on me on no album. He ain't spoke on everybody else. You know what I'm saying? He ain't made songs and said people's names and speaking on them, but he ain't gonna speak on me because there's nothing to speak on me about. If you speaking on some real shit, cause he can't say nothing that I did flawed. He can't say nothing that I did snake. He can't say nothing that I did slimy. Nothing. And I stand on that shit. And anybody that say that I did do something, come on, bring it. Bring it. He can't say it. He can't. I kept it too real. And I'm still keeping it too real. I still rep the CT shit till I die, man. That ain't no, like, for real. Like, this shit in my skin and my body till I die. Even if he don't rep it. I don't give a fuck if he don't rep it. I'm gonna rep this shit. Cause this shit's in me. I am CTE. Just like a lot of niggas that was around is CTE. This is our shit. It's as much as his as it is ours. You know what I'm saying? We rep this shit to the death. And I'm gonna rep this shit till I die, man. I'm sorry. Motherfuckers might not like me, or they might say, little stupid, y'all, he's stupid, whatever. Till I die, this is what it is. And if I didn't like you back then, I still don't like you now. Fuck you.
Man, but what I was getting at, so what have people been saying?
You know, I've been hearing little things like y'all niggas didn't work y'all move, y'all let Jeezy play y'all, don't be mad, y'all all mad, Jeezy's happy living his life, and y'all still bringing him up, and I tell him, like, I'm just telling my story. I ain't sad, I ain't mad, I ain't even looking for nothing from that guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling my story. Now, if my story happened to be so real that it ruffles feathers, I can't help it. That's what it is. He's part of my story. And he's part of everything in my head that I remember. I remember everything from 2003 to now. I smoke hella weed. It don't matter. My memory bank is retarded. Like, I remember everything. I remember the first day I met this nigga. You know what I'm saying? Driving a 645 BMW. We over by Dugan's on Ponce Las Dion. You know what I'm saying? On Ponce.
They got them wings.
Yeah, we was over by Dugan's the first time I met him. I don't want to say too much. First time I met Carbon 15 too was at Dugan's. And Jesus in the 645. I think Carbon's in a brand new Chevy or Dodge Ram or something. And matter of fact, across the street used to be Marco Peter. That was our homeboy, Marco Peter. Shout out to him. Like, that's the first time I met Jeezy. The first time I met Jeezy, Carbon was bringing him a bag. Carbon was bringing him like 30,000 that Carbon owed him. I don't want to talk too much. That was street shit. This ain't rap. First time I met Carbon, first time I met Jeezy. When Coach first took me to go meet Jeezy, Jeezy put me in the car with him and said, ride with me. First time meeting him, cuz. And ever since then, we was locked in. That's why every time he bought a car, he bought me one. Every time he got a chain, he got me a chain. Every time he got a watch, he got me a watch. And we went shopping, I went shopping. We went shopping. You know, I'm a big nigga, so I couldn't wear Neiman Marcus shit. I can't wear Nordstrom shit. You know what I'm saying? So so that's what it was. But, like, for real, like, this shit deeper than rap, man. This shit deeper than rap. And I'm going to continue to put this shit out there to let niggas know it's deeper than rap.
Man, tell me this, bro. Like, so what could he do? Like, what can make things, like, straight between y'all? What would need to take place?
Between me and who?
Jeezy.
Make things straight?
Yeah.
Shit, nothing. We catch a fade, though. We can straight throw them hands. Because like he used to say all the time, my hands work. Shit, mine do too. Like, that's the only thing that can make this shit straight. We got to catch a fade. Because that's what brothers do when brothers cross each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't want him dead. I don't want to kill him. I don't want to stab him up, shoot him up. I don't want to break his neck. I just want to catch a fade. And we can go into the littlest closet. Or we can go into the biggest room. And after that, we still ain't going to be cool. I just wanted to get some shit off. And you can go on about your life, I go on about mine. But other than that, me and him sitting down having a talk, or him calling me and, nah, we ain't doing that, because I know you, nigga. I know you. I know how many niggas you done called and had talks with, so you got off the phone when you on the shady shit again. I was there, nigga. I was in the car with you when you was driving, having phone calls. I was the one was with you when you was going to have meetings with Coach and Kink after all the shit went bad. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I was the last one around. I was the last one around. Nobody else. Nobody else. And I lost a lot of relationships from being the last one around. You know what I'm saying? But niggas knew where I stood. Niggas knew whatever he was with, I was with. If he was saying fuck you, I was saying fuck you. If he was saying let's ride on them niggas, let's ride on these niggas. That's just how it was. And that's probably why me and him lasted so long. Because that's what it was. It was never about the money with me. I never went to that man and asked for a raise. I never went to that man and asked for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really want to be young niggas paying me like $1,500 a month. Yeah, I'm gonna let it be known. $1,500 a month. That's what I was getting from him. But at the same time I was young, I didn't care. $1,500 a month, but I got $200,000 in the bag I can spend on my own. You know what I'm saying? And he ain't gonna say nothing. You feel me? So certain shit evened out. You know what I'm saying? $1,500 a month, but he's paying for everything. You know what I'm saying? He's paying the rent. He's paying car notes. He's buying us jewelry. So $1,500 a month, I didn't give a fuck. It didn't matter to me. Just as long as my man's straight and we moving and we protected. That's what it was with me. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about nothing else. But shit changed as you get older. As I got older, it was certain shit that should have changed with him too. He should have been like, let me make sure my man is straight. You feel what I'm saying? Just in case something happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me make sure my nigga's straight. My little brother, who I call him.
I mean, so man, before we left off, you was talking about how your relationship with Jeezy, it wasn't just business. So him paying you $1,500 a month, you really ain't tripping on it at that point. But after so many years, your mind elevated, and you kind of thought like, all right, it's time for him to elevate too. But it didn't actually go that route. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, with him, it didn't elevate. It declined. Shit. Cause before I left. When I really left, to be honest with you, I'm gonna tell the real story. You're the only one really got the real story. Like, he had stopped paying me, but I was still with him. But he had told me that he switched accountants, so they gotta get everything back in order and all this shit. So I'm like, nigga, fuck the account. You can pay me out your pocket. Like, what you like? You know what I'm saying? So when we had that conversation, he was like, all right, I got you, I'm gonna pay you. But then he didn't pay me. It was on some funny shit. So I just picked up and left. Cause you gotta understand, he was paying me $1,500 a month. And then all of a sudden he was like, you know what? I don't know what, but all of a sudden this they wanted me to start paying my own rent now. Like, get your own place, you're gonna pay your own rent. Okay, y'all want me to get a place and y'all telling me to get a place here. And y'all want me to pay it myself? This place here is $2,000 a month. I'm only getting $1,500 a month. What y'all fuck are y'all talking about? Doesn't even sound right. So that's when I picked up and left. Cause I was like, nah, shit already ain't adding up no more. And I'm older now. Fuck this shit. Fuck him.
Is that the conversation you referenced like earlier in the interview in Miami?
Well, cause the conversation we had in Miami was. It was some funny shit then too, cause that's when I realized I was gonna leave too, because he was like, this music shit ain't going like it's supposed to go. Shit, we gotta find something else to do. I gotta find you something else to do. Woo woo whoop and all this shit. But I knew what it was, cause I was the last person with him. You know what I'm saying? And to believe me, where he was going and where he was headed to, he had to go by himself. It's no way he could have took me with him, because the shit had gotten too fake. You feel me? Like, it's gotten too fake. I seen this shit a long time ago, because when he had his 10-year anniversary for TM101, I was still around, but I didn't show up. I didn't come to the anniversary. I didn't go to the concert or nothing. And he called me the same night, like, nigga, where you at? You got everybody asking me where you at. They thinking shit going on. Woo, 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 woo. I'm like, nigga, there is shit going on, nigga. Like, I'm broke. Like, are you trying to tell me you're trying to keep me around for straight face? because I'm the last nigga here. Well, guess what? I'm the last nigga here. I'm gone. I'm the last nigga gonna leave too. And I left. And I came back to Indianapolis. I called Coach, told Coach I was leaving, and Coach was like, "Fucking."
Damn, bro. So it wasn't just like personal; it was financial as well that motivated your decision.
I mean, it was personal and financial because I felt like he was trying to play on my intelligence too, and for him to try to do that. It was a lot of people that was, see, Jeezy's highly influenced. Like, you can sell him some shit and he'll believe it, but the shit could really be just false. Like, but he'll believe it because you know, them people in the industry and them people that he was going indoors with, they influence you. They can influence you. You know what I'm saying? About getting more money, or you need to be here, or you still hanging around the people that they gonna keep you in this position, or you gotta change this and all this. So once he brought that African around named Solomon that used to work for Puffy, that Puffy shut the whole restaurant down. I remember Puffy had Justin's. The guy Solomon that used to run it for him, he shut it down, probably because Solomon wasn't doing shit but stealing from that motherfucker anyway. But Jeezy made this nigga his manager. You made this nigga that ran a restaurant your manager, had you cut all your people out, and gave him all the control of everything. You talking about somebody that Puffy got rid of? You know what I'm saying? Like, you made him your manager. The African really just, man, I don't like the African nigga. I'm just gonna be honest.
So you felt like he was manipulated?
He was manipulated. I remember he came to me one day and tried to talk to me about something. I was like, hey man, you can't talk to me about shit with Jeezy. Whatever Jeezy want to talk about, you can come talk about it to me. Ain't no sending you to come and relay a message, nigga. The fuck, nah, this ain't going down like that. And then me and Jeezy had a talk. And he said, I don't even know why he said that shit to you. I wasn't even talking about you when I said to go tell the rest of the people. I don't know why he came to you. I don't know why he came to me either, because I ain't listening to shit he say.
And this is why y'all still living together?
We want to live together. We in different spots right now. This is probably like the end. So, you know, it's like 2014, 15.
So at what point did y'all stop, y'all kind of part ways living-wise? So y'all, I know you said every spot he moved into.
We part ways living-wise when, I want to say probably, let me see, probably 2009. Maybe 2010.
Oh, okay. So it was some years then.
Yeah, we lived together for years. You got to think about it. We lived at Park Regency, Buckhead Grand, Buckhead Lou. We had a house on Chambly Dunwoody together that we all lived in. Me, him, and Mailman. Yeah, like we lived together for at least 6 years.
But I'm talking about like the years that y'all didn't live together. It was still some years apart too.
Oh yeah, the year we did live together.
I don't know why I thought y'all stayed until you actually parted ways.
No, we had been stopped living together when he started. I think when he started dating Keisha Coles for real.
Okay.
I think that's when he got his own place out on East West Connector with her. Yeah, because we were still living together because when he got that house on East West Connector, we still had one of the houses. I was living on Chambly Dunwoody with Mailman. No, it was Thug Mansion. Cause when we left Thug Mansion, we went to when we left Thug Mansion, he had got a house with Keisha Coles. But then when he stopped living with Keisha Coles, me and him got a spot together again. So yeah, that's how that went. Cause we stopped living together cause I had got a house on Cascade. And the house on Cascade was me, Carbon, Badass, Scrap Low, King, Lucci, Blood Raw. We was all in this house together, 2-car garage, 5-bedroom shit.
Man, how was it, bro, like living with multiple men, man?
Living with multiple men? Was a party every day.
So it wasn't because you don't got your own privacy, and I don't know if all of y'all had your own like family, like relationships and kids and stuff like that.
Niggas had their own families and kids, but most of their families and kids weren't coming to where we was. You know, they had they had their own houses. Like all the guys in Macon, they still had their own life in Macon. They still had kids, they still had girlfriends, they still had their own houses, own apartments in Macon. But when they came up to Atlanta, we all was in one house.
Okay, I got you.
But they lived up there too. They was back and got Macon and Atlanta ain't that far from each other. You can go down there in an hour and be back in an hour. Like if
it's that close.
Yeah, it ain't that far. So a trip ain't nothing. You feel me? So, but most of the niggas was living with us, and when it was time to go home for family holiday shit, that's what they would do. But they would come right back up there. You gotta think about it. We're all CTE. We're all with Young Jeezy. We are at the top of the game in Atlanta. We are the top dogs. All of us living together. Just think about all of us living together, and we bringing all our bitches there, and it's a party every day. It wasn't a day that we wasn't home from Thug Mansion to the house we had on Cascade or to anywhere. It was a party. Like, as soon as you wake up, it was a fucking party. We used to wake Jeezy up with loud music. That's probably why he was mad at Thug Mansion. Cause nigga, as soon as the sun come up, was going down. Beers, weed, and bitches all day. Like, it was a party. And when he say he was mad, but as soon as he woke up, he got his bitches there too. And he got his weed and he's drinking. Everybody's having a fucking party. It was never a dull moment. That's why when he say people was mad and he was mad, and I didn't see it. Yeah. Everybody was living the time of their life. You had niggas that never seen none of this before, not even me, but on TV, and to be with it, like, it was crazy. You talking about any female at the palm of your hands, my nigga, any of them.
So you tell me, was it like, I can only imagine the strippers and stuff, but like, was it real deal like actresses or like singers and stuff like that was coming through?
Oh hell yeah, for Jeezy.
Not for the crew though.
I mean, the crew was hitting their assistants, or if they got their sister with them. You know what I'm saying? That was like, if they come with they, like how Jeezy got when his girls come, she gonna bring their girls with them.
For sure.
So it might be her assistant, might just be her friend, might be her cousin, whoever she got with her. It's open season for the homies.
It's going down.
And don't get me wrong, shit. If Jeezy really, if you was just a R&B girl or something that came around, or any kind of actress girl that came around, and you was just around for fun, and you was just around being cool with everybody, like, bitches a go. Don't get me, you know, in the front of the camera and all that, they trying to make them, bitches was going. And they was going. So, but they ain't nothing to talk about. You know, I know a lot of these actors running around with the niggas. You got what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna, like, I ain't gonna bring all that to light, cause I ain't really doing all that, but man, but yeah, like, it was always a party, man. I don't remember a dull moment. Yeah, you gotta understand that Thug Mansion we had, man, you talking about, that motherfucker was 3 stories with the basement, with the movie theater, the studio, the game room, the fucking, man, it was just a party every day. Talking about motherfucking neighbors, nigga. Jeezy used to get drunk and go outside and start up the Ferraris and Lambos and hit the gas. The neighbors used to come out the window, cut that shit off! Like, no lie. Nigga, we threw a party so crazy one day the police showed up with the neighbors. Guess what they did? They grabbed cups and got drinks. And they said, why didn't y'all invite us? No lie, nigga, it was strippers downstairs on the pool table. It was strippers in the living room.
Hey, that's wild, bro.
Like, no cap.
It sounded like something off a movie.
Hey, it was off a movie. Like, every day was a movie.
The police came and grabbed.
The police came and grabbed drinks. Alpharetta police. I don't know their names. Shit. They came and grabbed cups, red cups. That's what we had. And got a drink. It might have been something to drink. It might have been juice. I ain't saying it was liquor or beer, but shit, I don't know what they put in them cups, but. And the white folks showed up.
I said, you said the white folks did.
The white folks showed up with their own cups, cause you know we had all white neighbors. We was the only black people and we was wilding. You talking about we had so many cars they was hanging out of the driveway, and the driveway went up a hill and curved.
For real?
Man, we had too many cars. You got to think about we had a 4-car garage, and we had Meech's Porsche truck. We had 2 of Jeezy's Lambo and a Ferrari. Then we had 3 Chargers in the driveway, two conversion vans. If Kink was there, it was a brand new SS truck and a Benz in that motherfucker. And then, matter of fact, yeah, it was 3, cause that's when Jeezy had the snowmobile. The Chargers that just came out, and he made the snowmobile.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I remember Blood Raw took his shit and got the roof chopped out that motherfucker. It was raggedy in the motherfucker. It was rain through the roof. He called himself putting a panoramic roof in the Charger. You know, he a Florida nigga. That motherfucker was raggedy.
Well, so man, you've been talking a lot about Jeezy. So what's your relationship with like the other artists that were on CTE, man? Like you mentioned, like the Blood Raws, the Slick Pullers. Even I'm curious, like the Freddie Gibbs or the Dope Boys, Cash Out, so on and so forth. Like, did you have interactions with everybody?
Yeah, I interacted with everybody because I was, like I said, I was the man next to him. Like I said, it was him, Kink, then me, and then when him and Kink fell out, it was me. So I was right there with everything, like Dope Boy, Cash Out, Freddie Gibbs, Tone Trump, Skrilla, who else? Blood Raw, Slick, of course. Fire Chief and Dank, of course. Who else? J-Dub.
The dude named Bama, I think.
Bama, Southside Bama. Yeah, my boy Bama. Corner Store. He got some shit called Corner Stores on Wheel that's doing good.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. Bama from the South Side. That's where. That's when. I think that's when the DJ Drama beef really kicked off.
With the Bama incident?
Yeah, with the
I
Bama
remember
incident.
he was on World Star Hip Hop, bro, talking about like him running into a lot of dark men.
Yeah, at the club.
What's the story behind it?
It was at the Sweet Lounge. I think they called it Lucky Lounge, Sweet Lounge. Yeah. Shit. We in there. We in the club. We deep. We don't know. It's stupid in there because it's a party or something. But we don't know who all in here. So the word was already, we don't know who in here. Because we was always on militant shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, don't nobody get caught by theyself. We going to stay right here in the corner. And when we move as a unit. It was always like that. But, you know, Bama and them was young. So they, you know, and then the shit that we showing them, this is the first time they ever seen this type of shit anyway. They in the club. Bad bitches everywhere. Like, you know, it's a lot. Some of the niggas came around the first time they been around this shit, other than hood shit.
Having the time of their life.
The time of their life. So Bama and them just happened to be walking around. And they happened to be walking around, and I guess they ran into DJ Drama and them people. So when we look, so once we see some niggas fighting, then we look and see it's Bama and them. They beating some niggas' asses. Like, got the niggas on the ground and everything. So by the time we get over there, the police is coming too, breaking it up, but not knowing that while Bama and them is beating the niggas' asses, the niggas got razor blades in their hand. So while they on the ground and swinging up, they really cutting Bama. You feel me? So that's when they sliced Bama's face, and he was leaking. So once we seen that he was leaking, by the time we pushing the police out the way. They run, we chasing these niggas out the club. They run past the police. Nigga, we push the police down, jump over the banister, chase these niggas, and open fire. Right? Next thing you know, everybody got the fuck on.
And this DJ Drama now?
Yeah, it's DJ Drama now. Someday, cause you know DJ Drama had hired an ex-Marine as a security guard. So that's what one of the niggas was, cause it was Drama that was in there.
So hold on. So I know you mentioned earlier about Drama not coming on tour with Jeezy and how that kind of left a bad taste in his mouth.
It's really not about coming on tour. So it was just like niggas felt like Jeezy left them behind. You know, everybody feel like they had something to do in your career. You know what I'm saying? So Drama felt like, you know, when Jeezy blew up, when Trap or Die hit, you know, we was already on the road doing mixtape tour. When Trap or Die hit, it went stupid. The next thing you know, we signed to the Bad Boy and Def Jam.
Oh, that's when the
Boys in the Hood. Everything has went from here to here in a matter of months. You know what I'm saying? It's going crazy. Like, we doing Boys in the Hood shit, but at the same time, we doing Jeezy CTE shit. We over here doing this, we doing that, we doing this.
And then he was linked with Jazzy Faye too.
That's Boys in the Hood. It was Jazzy Faye, Block,
and Diddy.
And Diddy.
Oh, okay.
That was their whole little crew.
For sure.
Yeah, so that was that Jazzy Faye shit. I remember plenty of times going to Boys in the Hood studio sessions.
Man, was you there when he recorded that legendary verse for that what's the them boys got? You remember Jeezy like taking too long to take?
I think I was there, but I wasn't in the studio. I think I was with Coach.
Okay.
I was with Coach at the time, but I was there.
Yeah.
Cause I remember, cause Jeezy was driving a 645 back then. I remember Jeezy. We used to go to Boys in the Hood studio. Jeezy used to goddamn show up with everything. These niggas ain't have nothing. They ain't had no liquor, no weed, nothing. Not to talk bad on Boys in the Hood, but I'm just saying, like, when I be hearing Jody Breeze talk, like, we all know why you mad. We all know. You got your ass. We spanked your ass twice for all that talking you was doing.
Hold on, this is why they was in the. This is after the group.
This is after the group. This is after Jeezy left the group.
When Jody Breeze dissed him.
Yeah, Jody Breeze did. He tried to talk shit and all that, and Jody Breeze did something. They had a studio session at Past Work, or they seen each other at Past Work, and Jody Breeze and Jeezy got into a fight. I don't know what happened.
That's when he was with Keisha Cole.
I don't even know.
Cause I remember Jody Breeze saying something about remember that time when I saw you with Keisha Cole, I could have killed you. He said that in the song.
I mean, yeah, but what niggas say that means you really wasn't thinking about doing that shit. When had Jody Breeze known to be a killer?
I'm just throwing it.
I'm just like you can say anything you want to say on the song, because at the end of the day, the shit that we did to you, you should have killed somebody. I'm just gonna be honest. We beat you out your drawers at Velvet Room.
Hold on,
so
you should have. Hold on. What happened with Jody Breeze? Why y'all beat Jody Breeze?
Because he was running his mouth, and at the time you could not run your mouth and run into us. We was gonna run over you. Soon as we walk in Velvet Room in the back door, guess who's right here by the section? Jody Breeze.
By himself?
I don't know who he was with, but ain't nobody help him. Didn't nobody help him? I didn't do nothing either. They came and told us, I'm in the car with Jeezy. Hey, Jody Breeze, when we walk in the door, Jody, you know, we had people to go in the club and make sure our section is right before we get in and see what's going on. And we was like 200 deep in the back of Velvet Room. Nigga came out and said, man, Jody Breeze, right? Jody Breeze in there. We like, where? Oh, okay. Y'all know what to do. 3 minutes later, Jody Breeze had getting brung out the back, pants down, ass out, putting the beats on him for running your mouth. That's the second time, because he got it again at the Sweet Lounge.
Damn.
But that's what you know, back then, you violate, we demonstrate. That was the motto.
Do you know, so that's one incident. Do you know the story behind Slick Puller running into Waka Flocka and all of them?
Yeah, you know, them niggas that story is kind of crazy, because there was some flaw shit that happened behind that. Because you gotta understand, them niggas was dissing. Them niggas was dissing big. You feel me? Mixtape after mixtape. What the fuck is a corporate thug? And all this shit. So, Slick fresh out of prison. Slick fucking around go to a Wall Street, guess who in there? Walker and him. Immediately on his ass. Boom, 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 black eye. Right? He got Slick, he tried to grab Slick and slam him. Slick ends up slamming his ass. So he on top of Walker. Slick on top of Walker, giving it to him. And that's when Walker security guard smacked Slick with the gun and then went off inside the store. And that's when everybody got up and dispersed. But by the time then, he was already blacked-eyed. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that shit was supposed to happen. But you let Jeezy tell it. You know, Jeezy was mad about that shit. You know what I'm saying? But why would Slick do that? Man, what the fuck, man, gonna fuck up everything we built. And I'm sitting there like, what you mean? These niggas is dissing. He supposed to do that. Because if we catch him, we gonna do that right. That's how I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, niggas don't know the behind the scenes shit. You know what I'm saying? That nigga Jeezy was mad that Slick did that shit. But guess what? The world was happy. Motherfucker was like, hell yeah, that's what you supposed to do. Them niggas been popping too much shit. And we could never catch them. Because we was always on the road. We was never in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? We stayed, man, we used to be in Miami for months. New York for months. LA for months. Like, we used to be on tour for months. So, our time in Atlanta was very short compared to everybody else that was around there. And you gotta understand, Slick fresh out of prison, so he can't really move like that, so he's moving around with his crew. And standing on shit too.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but a lot of flaw shit happened behind a lot of shit that niggas did. Like, a lot of niggas put in work behind that CTE name for this nigga to make it like, you know, they shouldn't have did it, or they wasn't going by his rules, or what they, you know, it was just a lot of sucker shit that went on.
You think he was doing it like the mafia, like how, you know, you gotta get that green light from the top dog?
Yeah, a lot of shit had to get green lighted. You know what I'm saying? A lot of shit had to get green lighted, but some shit ain't gotta get green lighted. An enemy's an enemy. You know what I'm saying? An op is an op. If we see him, it's up. And you ain't gotta look for no light, cause the light always green. And that's what it was with them niggas. Brick Squad and Gucci, the light's always green. We don't give a fuck where we catch them. It could be at the inauguration for the president. Get on their ass. Like, for real, that's what it was. But then, you know, after a while, the shit started getting red lighted. Jeezy wasn't moving on nothing. You feel me? He wanted to red light everything. He didn't want no beef for some reason. I mean, I understand you grow and all that, but man, fuck that. Like, some shit don't never end. You'll never see 50 Cent and Ja Rule do a versus. That's all I'm saying. And you should never see Gucci and Jeezy do one.
Man, so that's another one, bro. I want to ask you about this. I don't know if you touched on this, man. It was a point in time when Alley Boy, you know what I'm saying, he was sending some shots at Young Jeezy. I don't think Jeezy ever really responded. I think it was Jeezy and like T.I., if my memory serves me correctly. Like, were you around during that time too? Did anything come behind that?
Nah, nothing really came behind that. Like, cause that shit really wasn't nothing. Like, I don't even like, that shit came after. Cause you gotta understand, we did a song with Alley Boy in Trouble. So I don't know, me myself, I don't know really where that beef came from. Like, cause it really wasn't never like that. They had people said shit, but that was just them. That was just duct tape. You feel me? That's what they did, and they already felt like Jeezy weren't from Atlanta. You feel me? And then they already had the big bitch Jade. You know, she was always she was always playing both sides. So no telling what she was saying. And then they probably didn't like how Jeezy was doing her, cause Jeezy didn't like her. But he sat next to him on Big Facts, huh? He ain't like Big Bank either, but he sat next to him on Big Facts, cause I guess he's older now. And like Big Bank said, you gotta come meet the new me. The old me, that's the old me. You gotta meet the new me. You know, that's what they feel like. Me, the old me is still me. Fuck you. If I ain't like you then, I don't like you now. No matter how old I get, I'm going to my grave with this shit. Fuck you.
Hold on, bro. So was it from Jeezy's perspective, was it F them prior to him doing a song with Alley Boy, or was this after that? Like him, Alley Boy dissing and all of that?
Man, Jeezy was like, fuck them before the song. If it wasn't for Carbon pushing for that shit, and Carbon always was trying to connect Jeezy with niggas around the city to make shit. Cause you know everybody, cause the niggas used to always be like, Jeezy ain't from here. Niggas didn't like Jeezy, man. Niggas like niggas in his crew. Like, so that's why we had relationships outside of what he had. You know what I'm saying? He used to have to call us to get in contact with certain niggas. You know what I'm saying? Because he always felt like he didn't need to be in contact with them niggas. And if anybody go and look back to when Gucci Mane, before Gucci Mane got out, I want to say not this time, but the other time before last, whenever, Jeezy did a whole mixtape with everybody. He had Pee Wee Longway on it. He had Offset on it. He had goddamn, who else he had on it? I can't even think. But he did a mixtape with all the young niggas. The shit didn't do nothing though. You know what I'm saying? That was him trying to counterattack the Gucci Mane shit before Gucci Mane got out. And you gotta understand, me and him had plenty of conversations before Gucci Mane got out. You know what I'm saying? Like in the booth, just me and him, like, hey man, this nigga come out, he come out playing, we gotta get him. Like, if he come out say anything, we gotta get him. We can't take no shorts. But, you know, come to find out, him and Jeezy had been talking. Now, I found that shit out later. Him and Jeezy had been sat down and had a little meeting and all type of shit behind niggas' backs. You know what I'm saying? You having a meeting and talking to this nigga behind niggas' back, but then you telling us fuck the nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's where a lot of the misplay come in at. Like, that's why the shit just got it out of hand, you know. But like, if you didn't want to beef with the nigga, you shouldn't have beefed with the nigga. You should have told niggas to let it go. You know what I'm saying? But you having meetings but telling us fucking. So we gonna be like fucking. What you think Slick gonna do when he get out? He on their ass if he see him. You see what I'm saying?
Was there ever any run-ins with duct tape?
Nah, we never had a run with duct tape. It was always love. Whatever they didn't like, we don't know what it was, cuz, you feel me? Cause we ran to these niggas a lot, like, But everybody had respect for each other. You know what I'm saying?
It was just music.
It was just music. Like, wasn't nobody, like, we didn't look at them as bitches. They didn't look at us as bitches. Whatever they didn't like, it had to be some music shit. You feel me? Because I always was, me and I always seen Bank out every day. By itself. I'll be by myself. We be in Follies. I might be with my Colombian homeboys. Like, it was never no problem. I just see these niggas at gas stations, out and about. We ain't never had no beef.
So why you say Jeezy said fuck him?
Man, cause Jeezy said fuck everybody, bro. Like, people that don't know this, I know this. That's where all my fucking come from. You feel me? I've been with this man for so long and him saying fuck niggas, so I'm like fuck niggas. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it comes from. Like, he gonna play that role now. He gonna do what he gotta do and be friends and all this shit. But I know the real. I know how you might. Well, maybe I don't know the real. Cause maybe not how you really felt about him. Maybe you was just feeding me bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But soon as something came back that I said to his line, it was always some other shit. Like, cause whenever I said fuck a nigga, it came from him. You know what I'm saying? Cause I remember we was fucking with these hoes at one time, right? We had these two hoes from Detroit, but at the same time they was fucking with Charlotte Lowe and them, right? So, you know, our whole thing is like, you know, Jeezy, like, nigga, we bigger than everybody. This is his mind frame, I know him. We bigger than everybody. Fuck these niggas. These niggas is not fucking with us, never will fuck with us, and woo woo woo. That's how he thought, that's what he said, is what I always know too, because that's how I felt too. So, one day we chilling, and the bitches come over, they talking and shit, and they like, y'all don't fuck with Charlotte Lowe, woo woo woo. So you know me, I'm like, man, no, fuck them niggas. Who? Man, them niggas ain't seeing us. These niggas ain't seeing us. I put it on everything. You remember Jeezy's song like that? That's why I hit the bitches with, right? The hoes go back and tell it. They go back and tell it. Matter of fact, the hoes' names was Tiffany and Brittany. They from Detroit. We met up through our homegirl toy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm calling names. Fuck them. So they go back and tell him what we said. So he called. He reached out to Jeezy like, hey man, I heard your brother. I just want to make sure everything good. Somebody said your brother was like, you know, fuck them niggas, woo. So I guess Jeezy did whatever he did, played it right, like. But it really wasn't no problem. But me, if some hoes come around there talking about some niggas, I'm automatically fuck them niggas. Who? I don't know them niggas. Them niggas don't know us. Like, them niggas ain't fucking with us. Like, that's where I was, and that's what it is. So them, you know, hoes used to go back and say shit, but Jeezy used to get called. Hey man, I heard your little brother say this, and he'll come back to me. Hey man, you can't be saying that to them hoes. Them hoes going back telling them niggas they gonna think it's a problem. But to me, to him, I still be like, fuck them niggas. Yeah. We can't do that. We gotta play these politics in this music game. But niggas, them niggas ain't fucking with us, right? Them niggas ain't. That's what I thought. That's the mind frame you been installed of me. Fuck these niggas, they ain't fucking with us. So that's what it is with me. But, you know, he got older, he changed, he wanted to be friends with niggas. I guess he wanted to be, you know, he wanted to hang out with Rick Ross, eat wings, shit like that.
Man, so, damn, you brought up Rick Ross, man. I mean, it's no secret that they had some little issues back in the day, but those have been resolved. They done did music together, you know what I'm saying? They both was linked to Jay-Z at one point in time. Like, were you ever around, you know what I'm saying, to see them interact? Because, you know, they had
Rick Ross and Jeezy?
A couple run-ins from what I understand. I saw the dude, Dredd, Jeezy's old security.
Yeah, Dredd.
He talked about, like, one encounter, you know what I'm saying, and how Rick Ross was actually kind of, I ain't going to say on his head, but, like, inquiring about him after he snatched his jewels. That same time when Gunplay got jumped and all of that, during that time.
Like, yeah, see, when Gunplay and them, when the Jeezy incident went down, we was all there. But see, Jeezy... The crew was in the back of the state, in the back of the arena, cause you know we had tickets, but they had them in the back. Mm-hmm. So I only had like 3 tickets. So one with the Jeezy and some of his security, and the other security was like on the side just waiting. So, but I'm in the trailer. I'm back by the trailer smoking, cause that's where I stayed at, cause that's where all the clothes is at. That's where the jewelry and the money's at.
Okay,
so that's where so that's where I'm at, cause that's why you know what I'm saying, cause that's what I do. I gotta make sure all this, you know. So I'm at the trailer smoking. So when I'm at the trailer smoking, I don't know what's going on inside. But 50 Cent and them walking past me. I'm smoking a blunt by the trailer. 50 Cent them walking past me. I'm on the side of the trailer. At the same time, I look over. I see Gunplay coming down the steps.
By itself.
By itself. Me, myself, I didn't think nothing was going to go down because he was by himself. You know, I'm thinking like 50 on some bullshit. This is too many niggas. So, really, and when you're going up the steps, it's like a security guard by the trailers, by the steps. So, I'm watching. I see, with my own eyes, I see Gunplay go to the side and just stand there like letting them walk past. Next thing I know, I see 50. Swing on the nigga, bow! Next thing I know, everybody rushed him. Next thing I know, they throwing him against the gate and all this shit. But at this time, I'm getting a phone call. Jeezy just got into it with Rick Ross. I think Dre about to come outside and get the car. Right? It's my homeboy Stone calling me. I'm like, what? So while he say that, I'm like, well shit, I'm about to come in. And he like, nah, everything, it's over with. They broke it up. We about to come out or whatnot. But the crew, the rest of the homies is in there too. But they don't know what's going on because all this shit happened backstage. So once I see Dre come out. I think Dre went to go get the truck and he pulled the truck somewhere. But when he pulled the truck, the police rushed him. And when the police rushed him, I think Jeezy and them was coming out. But they was taking him in the car. So Jeezy, they came back to the trailer. And then after we left that's when we all met up at, I think it was Ocean Prime in Buckhead. We met up at Ocean Prime, and that's when I seen that Dre had Rick Ross chains in his pockets.
That's crazy, man.
The motherfucker was fake.
That was the only run-in with Rick Ross?
Yeah, we didn't really have no run. The Rick Ross shit really wasn't nothing. Like, that shit was over a BMF song.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when Rick Ross made that BMF song, you not a something, you affiliated, you not something. Whatever he said, Jeezy didn't like it. Jeezy didn't like it because Jeezy, really be honest with you, we already had the BMF song, Blowing Money Fast, right? We already had the song. And somehow, you know, it got messed up because all of a sudden Rick Ross got a song called BMF, Blowing Money Fast. You feel me?
Wait, was Meech talking on it too?
And Meech was talking on it because at the time, him and I guess Jeezy and Meech is beefing. And I remember all the Meech beef too. I remember when Jeezy came back from the feds, from visiting Meech.
What's that story?
Shit, that story is shit. This nigga still trying to live like he on the streets. He want me to take 10 bands to this bitch. He want me to take 10 bands over here, man. I ain't fucking with that nigga. And I gotta cut Toy off too, cause that's the middleman to Meech, Toy. See, motherfuckers don't know that. I might be talking too much real shit right now.
Nah, I mean, let it be known.
That's some real shit. Like, I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm telling my story because I know it.
Yeah.
That's where all the mismatch came from him and Meech. Cause Jeezy was going to visit Meech. Him and Toy. His homegirl Toy. That was the middleman between him and Meech. And he had cut Toy off too. I remember all that shit. He was like, man, this nigga trying to live like he on the streets. I mean, I ain't taking 10,000 over here and 10,000 over here. You know, he was like, I do a little something, but he asking for too much. You feel me? So that's what that was. That's when the fallout came. That's when Meech got on the song with Rick Ross. You know, Rick Ross probably spent some bread or paid some people or whatever he did to get the song. But, you know, but like on the BMF series, they gonna try to play Jeezy. Yeah, they gonna try to play him on the BMF series. You know it. You know it. Cause if they haven't talked to him about the shit, they gonna try to play him because you only can get the real insight from the man himself. You feel me? Like, you can't erase what BMF is. You can't erase what Jeezy did for BMF either. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers, like, you had to be really into the dope game and really getting some money and locked in to know about BMF, bro. You know what I'm saying? They be trying to act like BMF is just a worldwide real record company, entertainment company. No, BMF was an organized crime family that sold cocaine to 95% of the United States. And to really know BMF, you had to be locked in with the niggas that was really getting it though. You just want a nigga on the corner selling crack rock or had a trap that knew about these niggas that was selling ounces. You had to be really locked in with a nigga that was buying bricks to know about these niggas. But guess what? All of a sudden, here come a superstar named Young Jeezy that's claiming CTE and he's saying it's BMF. And he puts BMF in his getting money over here video with Bun B. And he put them in the Air Force's video, 2 of the worldwide videos that we did for Def Jam and everybody, right? They up in New York for Soul Survivor video. Jay-Z showing up. Didn't nobody know who them niggas was? They know now. Oh, that's the BMF niggas. You know what I'm saying? They got the BMF chains on. They looking the part like they always do. But I just be trying to keep it real, man. You only knew about BMF if you was in Atlanta and you was getting bricks. Corner boys and niggas in the hood didn't know about that shit like that. In Atlanta they did because it was niggas from BMF that was venturing off in hoods working with niggas getting money. So that's how they knew. That's how the crew, that's how shit came together like that when it's time to go to the club in Atlanta, 100 niggas, you feel me?
So I don't want to misinterpret what you're saying, Clem. So in so many words, Jeezy helped BMF pop on a music level, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's what you, okay,
yeah,
place the spotlight on.
Yeah, just think about it though.
Because that's not how it's portrayed.
Everybody that was a rapper that was around them made them bigger. You had Fab around them. You had Jeezy around them. You had niggas. You had niggas around. Like you had. Think about back then, Lil Scrappy and it was popping. So and they everybody was superstars. So if they go over there to their section and take pictures, then they making them bigger.
Think like Nelly.
Nelly, yeah. Just think about it though. Like other than that, they would just been some regular old drug dealer niggas. Just think about it. If they weren't tied to all this music shit and Young Jeezy and this and that and killing Puffy's bodyguard and all that shit, there's been some regular drug kingpins. Just think about it. That's all I'm saying. So you take Jeezy and them out the equation, you got BMF. You just got another organized crime family got took down by the feds.
You don't think Blue Da Vinci would have took him to the top?
Took who to the top?
BMF on the music side.
To the top of what? Stone Mountain in Georgia? That's about it. But everybody go that top. Hell no, man. Blue was trash. Blue was always a hater. That's why I don't really fuck with Blue. Cause Blue was a hater, man. I don't care what you say. Blue was a hater. He didn't like nothing about Jeezy. I'm just gonna keep it real. He didn't like nothing about Jeezy. He didn't like Jeezy had his own crew. And they was Crips. He swear he brought the Crip shit around. He brought the Crip shit around BMF problem. But Jeezy knew about Crips before BMF. Before BMF, it was a Macon, Georgia, and Kinky B. You feel me? Let's go. We take it back, and they've been cripping forever. So you didn't bring that shit to Jeezy. You brought that shit to Meech and them. But that shit wasn't nothing. That nigga was monkey, man. You heard Jeezy's song, 3 Strikes. You know, he was in a movie called 3 Strikes. That's what Jeezy, that's what Jeezy told his dad. You better go, boy, you better go back over there. And then he tried to make a diss song on Jeezy. Man, Blue was just whack. The feds said it on the documentary.
What the feds?
A white federal agent said we knew they weren't making no money off music called Blue was trash. This is a white man. Everybody knew Blue was trash. I hate when he did that, when Jeezy had to do that song for him and Fab.
Streets on Lock.
Yeah, that shit was whack.
You weren't messing with that?
Streets on Lock was garbage. Now you want to go back to Jeezy and Fab song? Where
they do the damn thing.
That was hard, right?
It was a classic.
That Streets on Lock was trash.
I thought it had a cool little beat, man.
Man, Jeezy and Fab killed it.
For sure.
I don't know what Blue did.
Man, the only reason I was asking about Blue Da Vinci is because he was like the poster child for them as the record label, as on the music side. That's why I asked.
That's how you know it was bullshit. Like, come on, man. He was the poster child for their music, right? What music? I can't name a Blue mixtape, a Blue album. That's all I'm saying, man. And that's why he hated Jeezy. Jeezy came around and took your shine, and you didn't like it. You had Meech trying to sign Jeezy, 2-3 million. You don't believe me? Ask Carbon 15. Ask Kinky B. Coach K, they shut it down. No, we ain't signing no BMF. Boys, you crazy? Jeezy would have did it. Because he just wanted to, he fucked with Meech. You know what I'm saying? Him and Meech had, he fucked with Meech. So, at the end of the day, he probably would have did it, but Kinky and Coach was like, hell no. What we signed the BMF for? Nigga, you got your own money. You got your own label. And them niggas can't get us in Targets and Walmarts. They can't get us in record stores. These niggas is really drug dealers, nigga. What are you talking about? Just be honest. Just be honest. The only artist they had was Blue.
So the stuff that Blue was saying about how he Jeezy kind of took his whole like image, your style and all of that. I know you mentioned the game, man. You already touched on that, but none of that was true.
Man, what image? What image did Blue have? I'm not asking you, but I'm just saying like nobody wanted to be Blue Da Vinci. I'm just being honest, man. I seen Blue. I didn't want to be Blue Da Vinci. You was Big Meech's artist. You wasn't his goon. You wasn't his killer. You was just his artist. And you reaped the benefits of his drug dealing. That's all. You reaped the benefits. You got the cars, the clothes, the jewelry because they was trying to push you. And if you can see after Jeezy signed to Def Jam and Bad Boy, and we didn't sign to BMF, whatever they was trying to do, you see how he tried to do a real push behind Blue. You know what I'm saying? Try to do a little run. They doing all this shit, man. That shit wasn't gonna work. Blue was never a star.
What do you think about the stuff that has come out recently on him, even like with Meech and Blue Da Vinci, like the whole allegations about him cooperating? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, to be honest with you, that's something they got. I ain't got nothing to do with that because I'm not BMF. I'm CTE.
For sure.
Like so.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
No, so I got you. I respect that. Man, just one more rapper I want to mention. So you said over here it had Bun B on it.
Mm-hmm. And you see Jody Breeze in that playing tag along called Jeezy was fucking with it. That's the whole thing. Niggas forget what really was going on. On Getting Money Over Here, who walked in the club with Jeezy first? Blue Da Vinci and Jody Breeze. You can watch the cameras on video on YouTube.
Well,
they right there.
He had that CTE chain on.
That big rose gold. And he had the rose gold Jacob. Like, yeah, that's before rap. That's before the deals. So and my point is, if Meech was funding Jeezy, why wouldn't he never had no BMF chains and shit? You know what I'm saying? You go back and watch all them old videos of Meech being with Jeezy and Jeezy being with Meech. I bet you're gonna see CTE all over Jeezy.
He had the Porsche truck in the Ferrari though.
Who? Jeezy?
Yeah, that was Meech's.
I mean, Meech gave him that because he was trying to sign him. You know, you trying to will a nigga in.
I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, you know how you will a nigga in? You try to give him perks and gifts, thinking that, but at the same time, you giving a nigga a Porsche truck and a Ferrari, he can really go buy it himself. That's what they failed to realize. They try to think like Meech gave Jeezy all his money, or Jeezy was spending Meech money, or no, that was all Jeezy paper. That was Jeezy and Kink doing. I seen it with my own eyes. You feel me? I didn't. When I first met Jeezy for the first time, and we was at Patchwork Studio, the nigga was buying jerseys. He was buying a bunch of jerseys from Exclusive Game, right?
Oh yeah, Exclusive Game.
He was buying a bunch of jerseys. Everybody in the studio, Meech, everybody. They got on minks. They buying jerseys, Old Dog and them, baby. Everybody buying all type of shit from Exclusive Game. Jeezy tell me go to the car and grab 3 bundles out the armrest. I open the armrest, it's probably like 100 bundles. Money rolled up in like this. You feel me? And and this is like the first or second day of him even meeting me. He sending me to his car and I'm looking like, God damn, a lot of motherfucking money in here. You know what I'm saying? So I know for a fact Jeezy had his own paper. I know. It can't take nothing away from him and King. When I first met King had $1 million house in Alpharetta and still probably do.
You said when you first met him, he had $1 million house?
Hell yeah. King tell you himself, King said he had $1 million at 17. Like, them niggas been getting paper. You know what I'm saying? Like when I remember Jeezy had an old school, him and King had matching 442s. Talking about retarded, nigga. Me and Jeezy almost lost that bitch in front of Walter because he hit that motherfucker. That motherfucker fishtailed and did 360. And I remember our first concert, one of our first concerts in the country, right? King and Jeezy had the matching 442. We put up to that motherfucker. Nigga, I'm talking about with the buttoning rims, buttoning motherfucking steering wheel, talking about retarded shit. Nigga, matter of fact, King shit fucking wouldn't start. We had to get this shit towed back. Cause you know how the old schools be, nigga. But nigga, matter of fact, I want to say Jeezy cousin, Shakri, whatever his name is, had knocked out one of the Crip niggas, right? This is the first time that I've ever been around the gang shit. Because you gotta understand, the Crip shit didn't come to Atlanta until we moved to Thug Mansion. You feel me? So when I first got with Jeezy, it was just me, him, Coach, Five Chief, and Dane. Five Chief and Dank wasn't no gang members.
Okay.
They was kids down there. Jeezy been having them since high school from the Young Guns Entertainment. So when they first came around, I knew I know Jeezy and Kink was cripping. Some OG Crips, as far as I know, because they got the money, whatever.
And they was still young.
They was probably in their 30s.
Oh, they went in their 20s? Oh, okay.
No, they was in their 30s.
Oh, okay.
Because I was in my 20s.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. No, matter of fact, they probably was in their 20s too.
I thought they was in their 20s.
They was in their 20s too.
That's what
Because they probably was 2 years older than me, so if I was 22, they was like 25, 26, maybe 27. You know what I'm saying? So
having it their way, right?
Yeah, they was already having it their way. Like,
you said somebody knocked out one of the Crips though?
Yeah, Jeezy cousin knocked out one of the Crips, and that's why I knew it was real. Cause coming from Indianapolis, you understand, wasn't no social media yet, so you only really knew what you was around. So by me being from Indiana, Chicago, right there, all I know is about the Vice Lord GDs and BDs. You know what I'm saying? So, but my city was never built on that. My city was always built on hoods. East side, west side, south side, 30th Street, 33rd Street, 40th Street, Four Deuce, 23rd. You might have the Baltimore, Hillside, Brookside, you know what I'm saying, Hallville, Post Road. So my city was built on hoods. So, but we knew about the gang shit, you feel me? Because it was around. But I didn't really know the Crip shit was real until I went to Atlanta. And I went down to Macon and we had that show. And the nigga knocked out one of the Crip niggas. And Jeezy and them was like, nigga, we gotta go. That nigga knocked out the wrong nigga. They might come through here and kill all of us. Not for real. But by Kinky B having his status of a member, the shit ain't going nowhere, you feel me? Cause that's where Jeezy got his Crip shit from, Kink. Kink was the gang member. Kink is from Duncan Block. You know what I'm saying? And that's when he met Kink in boys school. He found out Kink was a gang member. We went back to Kink Hood and seen all these niggas that Kink had and used his advantage to get money. You feel me? So him and Kink always was best boys, but Kink was the gang member. Kink is the OG. You know what I'm saying? Jeezy never was put on. He was just a nigga that, a nigga that was on brought him around. So that's what it is. I respect you, so I'm gonna respect your man. You feel me? That's all it is. But Jeezy was never, he wasn't put on no hood. He was guilty by association. Shit, just like me.
Kinky B told you this, or how do you know this is a fact?
Shit, I know this is a fact. Everybody know this. You can call anybody. I get you on the phone with Carvin, get you on the phone with Kink. Everybody know this. It ain't just like, this ain't nothing new. I mean, the world might not know it, but everybody know this. Jeezy wasn't no real gang member. Jeezy got money. You know what I'm saying? He got money. He was with the shit. I ain't saying he was a sucker because he wasn't a gang member, but he wasn't a real member. He wasn't somebody that run around in khakis and had the rag hanging out of his pocket and goddamn had Chuck Taylors on and shit. It wasn't him. He might wear that shit for concerts or doing on stage, but that wasn't him. You gotta think about a nigga like him that said they been getting money for that long. They ain't had to wear no dickies and shit. You feel me? Like, Kink and them said they been millionaires since teenagers.
That's crazy.
So just think about it.
That's crazy, man. Man, you made a statement. The reason I was asking you about the Over Here is because that featured Bun B, but at one point in time, Jeezy and Pimp C, you know what I'm saying, had like a disagreement
Pimp C shit
behind the whole like 17.5 and how Pimp C
that's
was coming
crazy.
out kind of like questioning the authenticity, you know what I'm saying, and all of that, and it didn't really go too left though, but Pimp C was outspoken.
Right.
And Jeezy, I think, got his respect for Bun. He didn't really jump out.
Yeah, we really never jumped out the window.
But what's your thoughts on that? And you was around at that time.
But you gotta, but that shit was. You gotta understand, Pimp C a legend, Bun B a legend, UGK. I love them niggas. You feel me? I love Bun. I've been around Bun plenty of times. You feel me? And UGKs, they been them niggas. So when he did that, it kind of hurt niggas. It even hurt Jeezy. It hurt a lot of niggas. It was like, damn, not Pimp C. Not Pimp C hating too. Talking about 17.5, ain't no way, and all this. But obviously, he must have talked to some people about it. And they told him like, nah, nigga, nah. Jeezy, nah. He said 17.5. Believe him. And at the time of that beef, We nigga at the midst of that beef, we had a concert, nigga, in Texas, in Houston, right? I don't know why, I don't know what was going on, but we usually roll deep, right? But I guess Jeezy was on some shit like, I don't want to roll deep because I don't want them niggas to think we coming for a problem. You feel me? We ain't even worried about that Pimp C shit. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't roll deep when we went to that motherfucker. It was just me, him, I think a girl named, his assistant named BB at the time, and one security guard, right? Right. But we had 13 guns. 13 guns. You might think I'm capping. We had more guns than we could shoot in the truck with us, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing why I be talking shit and saying certain shit, cause niggas really put their life on the line about this shit, man. Like niggas could have died, did anything, went to jail for life, anything about this CTE shit. And that's why I'm coming out with my story now, cause I don't like how shit ended for us when we were so loyal. So back when we was in the car, 13 guns, no lie. We got more guns than we can handle. I got on a CTE shirt, got on my CTE chain, right? We in the car. It's about 100 niggas walking up. It's Jay Prince and them, Pimp C. They 100 deep. They at the back door. They walk past, cause our trucks is right here. We had 3 trucks, but we didn't need all 3 cause it wasn't up for 3 of us, right? So we had a truck in the front. It was our truck, and we had another truck. So we see all the niggas coming, right? So we tell BB, his assistant at the time, we tell her, hey, you get in that truck, tell the driver take you back to the room, right? That's what it is. We don't know, we on some shit, cause we don't know what might happen. You feel me? So she get in the truck behind us. We tell her go to the room. Go to the room. When we make it there, you will see us. If we don't, you know what to do. We either locked up or something. So she leave. So they at the back door. They deep, cuz. They number 3 of us. I'm talking about they deep. Big niggas too. Big, I'm talking about they deep. But ain't nobody scared. I don't know if my security was scared, but we would. Me and Jeezy would. So we got, no lie, we got 13 guns right here just spread. So we just in the truck chilling. So I tell Jeezy, I'm like, fuck, I'm like, fuck it. No lie, right-handed guy. Nigga say I'm lying or whatever. Jeezy, if you ask him, he say I'm lying. He's a fucking fool. Nigga, I put a Desert Eagle in my drawers, nigga. I said, I'm about to get out and check the temperature. I got a CTE chain on and my CTE shirt. So I get out the truck, boom, shut the door. They looking back, but you know, I'm just acting like I'm on the phone talking, right? Just trying to see what's the next move gonna be. So they looking, but ain't nobody doing nothing. Next thing I know, here comes somebody from the club. They come to our truck. It was like, hey man, Pimp C and them, Jay Prince and them right here, they want to get in. And Jeezy's like, let them in. What you come to tell me for? They paying, ain't they? Let them in. But see, everybody know about the beef that was going on, right? So I guess Jay Prince and them had fucked around and paid for the whole upstairs VIP too. So they go in. So ain't no problem, because if it was a problem, they would have did it right now. I just jumped out the truck. I got my CTE chain on, CTE shirt. But you know, so we get in the club, no lie. As soon as we get in the club, Jeezy go on stage. Nigga, we kind of stood there. Everybody stood there just looking, like me, him, DJ. We just like, the fucking club is all Mexicans. All Spanish folks, cuz. I'm talking about Mexicans every fucking where. They throwing crack on stage, weed on stage, cell phones on stage, money on stage. No lie. We kicking the shit back out in the crowd, cuz. Nah, no lie. Man, Jeezy do the song when he addressed Pimp C. And he tell the DJ, when I say this part, cut the shit off, nigga. Cut the beat off with acapella. Here come the part, Jeezy cut it off. 17.5, yeah, nigga, I said it. 17.5, yeah, nigga, I meant it. Nigga, they go crazy in that bitch. They go crazy. And then, shit, we got off stage, went home, shit.
It wasn't no issue.
Wasn't no issue.
Pimp C was in the building.
Yeah, Pimp C was in the building. And as a matter of fact, after that, before Pimp C died, he was trying to reach out to Jeezy. Jeezy wouldn't take his calls. And he ended up dying, no cap.
But
True
since then,
story.
Jeezy done came out some interviews, said some respectful stuff about.
No, because it was never no disrespect.
Yeah.
Like
On y'all end.
On our end was never no disrespect, but the shit got mixed up because Pimp C was trying to get in touch with Jeezy, but he never had Jeezy number. He had Coach K number. So Pimp C felt like, what kind of real nigga give me his manager number? You know, Pimp C was a real nigga. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was just miscommunication because Jeezy would have gave the number to him. You feel me? Yeah. I think it was just miscommunication and Pimp C just took it up too emotional and too far. But Jeezy, like you said, Jeezy never came back disrespecting him or nothing. Yeah. Off the love of Bun though, but off the love of UGK. How can we beef with UGK? Like that wouldn't even sound right.
That's crazy.
We listen to their music every day just to beef with them. Cause we was listening to that shit on the bus and everything. Like, how can you not? So after that, I mean, that was some bullshit beef. That wasn't nothing. Cause that shit was over.
Man, that's crazy, bro. I ain't never heard that story, man.
No, cause nobody knows that story. Nobody knows that story of us going to that club. But ask Jeezy or find a girl BB or find whoever our security was. And it was another nigga from Houston named Black that always fucked with us. I don't know where he at now, but he was there too because he was standing outside our truck because he was holding us down too. Yeah. But it was only 3 of us. Really, the whole crew was about to come. I don't know what happened. Just ended up being me and Jeezy, security, and BB with 13 pistols. Damn. No lie. But we was gonna go about the CTE shit. That's what I'm saying. Like the shit that we did behind the CTE shit is unthinkable. Cause
damn, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, but R.I.P. to Pimp C, man.
Yeah, R.I.P. Pimp C.
Man, you mentioned something about how you knew that the gang stuff was real and making. You know, when you went down there and saw like the Crippin' and all of that. But prior to that, you was talking about like in Indianapolis in particular, it's more blocks than gangs. Yeah. But I'm thinking y'all close to Gary, y'all close to Chicago. They known for banging. So how did it migrate here?
I mean, it did migrate here, but not on the scale that they doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like most of the people from Chicago and Gary that come here, they move to the outskirts. They on Georgetown Road. That's like the north side. You see what I'm saying? The people that come from Chicago and Gary, they're not moving into our hoods. You feel me? They might be on the south side. They might be on the north side. They might be on 86th Street, Michigan Road, all that shit. But you're not really gonna find no Gary Chicago niggas living in the hood on 34th and Keystone. You know what I'm saying? On 42nd and Post. You know what I'm saying? On 40th and 30th and Mid-Hofford. East 10th Street, rural Brookside. You're not gonna catch Gary and Chicago niggas living in our hoods like Hallville, motherfucking Brookside, Hillside, the Land. You know what I'm saying? Like them are some of our hoods around here. You're not gonna catch them. All the people from out of town move on the outside of the inner city.
Man, you know what's crazy? You know, I got just on the outside looking in, being aware of the crime in Indianapolis. I'm thinking because of the sports, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. I'm not really, hip to it really go down out here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm thinking it's because of places like Chicago and Gary, and people are moving from there and bringing the crime here.
Hell no. One thing about me, one thing I know, I didn't travel the world. I traveled the world for years. I touched every state in the United States probably at least 3, 4, 5 times. Maybe more than that. I'm just really mediocre in the numbers down. So, and by me traveling all that, I've seen it's the same everywhere. You got your hoods, you got your crazy young niggas, and you got ghetto and poverty. So it's like that everywhere, but you gotta think about it. Most of them people coming from Chicago and Gary, they trying to leave where they at and what's going on to somewhere different. So that's why they come to Indianapolis. You move somewhere where nobody know you, and you can move. Like Indianapolis, if you stay to yourself, you cool. You cool. Ain't nobody fucking with you unless you fucking with them. You know what I'm saying? Most of the murders and shit that going around here is some shit that's going on in the streets for real. It's some beef going on, some altercations or something. It ain't just no random shit from a nigga out of town. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that everywhere now. Our crime is our crime cause these young guys, man. These young niggas ain't got no guidance.
Do you think it's just as bad or worse than Chicago? Cause it's smaller?
I think Chicago is worse than us. You know what I'm saying? Because they are really living that gang life. You feel me? They're really living that you see on the internet all day. You know what I'm saying? Niggas dissing they other BDs, dissing GDs, and they on this block and they on that block. You can't go on 63rd because they on 64th. And they claim, you see it all on the internet. Like, my city ain't nothing like that. Oh, like, my city, niggas trying to get some money around here. Like, if a nigga really shooting some shit, it's some real shit behind that shit. It ain't just ain't no gang shit or that he from this block or he from that block. But I can't say that because now it's different. Because all this drill music, you feel me? And now, like just a couple weeks ago, I just caught on to the Indianapolis drill. I didn't even know that shit was here.
For real?
Like, I look on YouTube and it said something about Indianapolis drill, and I look at them like, damn, these niggas for real? But it's the young niggas.
They popping?
I don't know if I can't say they popping, they trying to pop, yeah. But you gotta understand, like, that drill shit is it's getting played out. So, after so many major cities has done it, anybody else that come and do this copycat, that's what they saying, you feel me? That's just like anything. Y'all copying what's the name of them, so, but it's still people dropping behind that shit. Niggas is dying, so, you know, it's real, but I think it's something that's stupid myself, like, cause these niggas, they out here killing each other about nothing, about dissing each other on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram. Like, ain't nobody beefing over no money. Ain't nobody beefing cause this nigga ran off with 100,000.
They beefing over a female.
They ain't beefing over a female. They beefing over a nigga thinking he the hardest in the hood. He harder than him.
Nah, you know, they beefing over females, bro.
Yeah, they beefing. I'm not saying they not beefing over females.
I know what you saying though.
But most of the beef over the females about who's the hardest nigga. Like, yeah, we both fucking her, but I'm tougher than that nigga. You know, that's what them niggas. That's what they be on. But you got bitches playing both sides of the field too. She fucking with this nigga, fucking with that nigga, talking to this nigga about that nigga, pillow talking, and then he going back to his boys. Yeah, the bitch said, what's the name of them said this. Oh, they did? I watched it. They gonna get on YouTube or something, or Instagram. Yeah, bitch ass nigga, the bitch told her what you said. We on your head, boy. All that type of shit. That shit monkey, man. But my whole model is get some money. Like, shit, fuck the bullshit.
So you never got, like, coming up, just a little bit about your upbringing, bro. Like, coming up, you never got immersed in that world, like the streets, man, or like the hood or anything like that, or did you more so fly straight?
I ain't gonna say I fly straight, because I did some shit. Like, no lie, I got, my homeboy them had jumped me in his mama kitchen to become a gangster disciple. You know what I'm saying? But this is back in my elementary days, cause it's like 5th, 6th grade. No lie, I could get my homeboy Rory Twine on the phone, one of my best boys. He the one that taught me a lot of shit as a growing up, cause he was older than me. Like, he might have been in junior high and high school when I was in elementary, but we was like this. You know, that's my nigga though. Like, when I used to skip school with him, nigga, I remember one time we skipped school and we had beat up these white men. And they were fucking chasing us after we beat them up.
White men?
White men. It was some white men that was painting the house. And we was walking down the street and they said something. And my homeboy said something like, fuck y'all niggas, or whatever. Whatever my homeboy said, the white men called themselves getting off their ladders and coming to us. And we end up beating their ass. And my one homeboy happened to have handcuffs on him. So he handcuffed one of the white men to the gate. Right? But then we kids though. We run. And we fucking they get into their van was chasing us, so we cutting through yards. And while we jumping fence, I got to the last fence, and when I tried to jump the last fence, I fell in the mud. Boom. I'm mudded up. You know, I'm supposed to be in school. I gotta go home. When we went back to my nigga Rory's house, he was like, "Nah, man, you good." He turned the space heater on. He's like, "Just lay there. Just let the heat just heat you and dry the mud." He said, "As soon as that shit dries, it's gonna fall off." No lie, I sat in front of that motherfucker for like an hour and a half. And I stood up and just brushed the mud off.
Real tough.
As he taught me that shit, I was like, okay. But he was older than me. But yeah, I did a lot of wild shit when I was growing up. But I grew up on 42nd and Carrollton. That's like the inner city of our city. Okay. I don't consider it east or west because it's in the middle.
It's in the middle, okay.
Yeah, like they consider it Broad Ripple now. But it came up since I grew up. So the houses over there now worth like $500,000. Yeah, when we was shit, I think my grandma might have sold that motherfucker with $20,000. You know what I'm saying? That's back in the day. That's like in the 90s, 99, 2000. But now the house is worth for $500,000. So I grew up on 42nd and Carrollton, from 42nd to 40th. That's where I grew up at. It was called, we called it, Carrollton.
Okay.
Carrollton College, Broadway, Ruckle, Guilford, and Renthal. Right by the state fairgrounds where I grew up at. Anybody in Indianapolis know what I'm talking about. But
So what was it like coming up over there?
I was fun, back when I was growing up, you think about the 90s. So I'm 42. So I graduated high school in 99. So back then, the whole neighborhood was family oriented. Everybody was there. I had aunties across the street. I had some uncles down the street. I had cousins behind me, cousins at the other block, cousins right here. So back then, the whole neighborhood was filled with families. It just wasn't my family. You had another family. They had family that was right here and right here. Uncles right. So it was fun growing up. We really didn't have. You had people that got killed along the way. And people that certain shit that happened. Rest in peace to my I want to call him my big brother dying. It was my best friend named Jayon. His brother got killed when we was younger by another nigga in our neighborhood. Yup. Rest in peace, cuz. I always remember him.
You mind talking about what happened to him?
It was some hood shit. A nigga that was scared and didn't want to fight. Just pulled a gun and did some dumb shit and We was young though. We probably was, I don't even know how old we were. Probably like 11 or 10, 12. I don't even know. We was young. We was kids.
That's the first person you lost to gun violence?
No, I lost. That might be. I'm trying to think now. I lost my homeboy over when I stayed on 42nd and Captainwood by Arlington High School. We was young. We was in elementary then too. He got shot in the back of his head going into his house. I can't remember his name though. But no, I've been losing folks for a minute. I remember when somebody killed my cousin in my neighborhood, his best friend.
At the same time?
Killed him. Then not at the same time. It's different. It's a different time when he killed my cousin. It was my cousin, but they was older than me. You know what I'm saying? But one of his homeboys, we all lived in the same neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? He killed him over something, then took him to my people's house and laid him in the front yard. No cap, yup. I remember that shit, yup.
Boy, that's some savage.
Oh yeah, man, everybody go through it growing up in the ghetto, you know what I'm saying?
Killed them and took them and laid them in your people's front yard?
Yeah, whatever they did or whatever they had going on, because they was best friends. They was best friends, yup. And the nigga who killed him used to cut all of our hair in the hood.
For real?
Yep.
He still around?
I don't know. I ain't seen these niggas in years, bro. Once we moved out of that neighborhood, it was over. You gotta understand, I left Indianapolis in 2001. I didn't come back to 2015.
I know it had changed by then.
Oh yeah, I had left for 14 years.
Man.
Yeah.
You wasn't coming back visiting though?
I was coming back visiting, but I was visiting family and friends, and I knew I wasn't going back to the neighborhood and seeing niggas and shit, who I fucked with.
Did you ever personally fall victim to any type of gun violence? You ever been shot or anything like that? So you was able to really maneuver, bro?
Yeah, I ain't never been shot. Hell no.
You graduated high school and all that?
Hell yeah. Graduated high school in 1999, Arlington High School.
Thinking about going to college?
I went to college for 1 year, Vincennes.
For real?
I went and got my student loan and came home. Hell yeah.
Hold on, man. You was trapping?
Huh?
You took the money and
I took the money and did whatever. I really see the thing about I really never had to trap. I really never, because my cousins them did that shit as I was growing up. You feel me? I had cousins that was in the streets and was doing certain things. And I really didn't have to do that. Even coach, I never really had. But my family was a strong family though. My family never wanted for nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? We all grew up in the ghetto, but my mama always worked. My mama always made sure we had. And my grandma always made sure we had. You feel me? Sure. My aunties always made sure we had. My uncles always made sure we had. My family was real strong. Cause you gotta understand, we all stayed in the same house together. We grew up, my grandma had a double, where I'm talking about on Carrollton. We all lived in that motherfucker. My two aunties, my grandmother, and Coach, stayed in one side of the double. And on the other side, it was me, my mama, my sisters, my uncle, his wife, and I want to say that's all. Cause it was a big house. It was like five bedrooms and a whole basement that had 2 rooms in it.
On each side or just that?
On both sides.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a big ass double. That's why that motherfucker worth $500,000 right now. They knocked the walls down that motherfucker.
And she sold it for $20,000?
I don't know what she sold it for.
Oh, you just.
But just think I'm just saying, like, I'm sure back then.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah,
it was. You know what I'm saying? It was the ghetto.
Fraction, yeah.
It was hood back ghetto.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we all grew up in the same house together. Like our family was our grandma was the glue. You know what I'm saying? She was the glue. Like everybody's family, grandma be the glue.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So. Other than that, my upbringing was good. I mean, you know.
No, for sure. You mentioned all of them. You ain't mentioned your father though.
Oh, my father, but you know, I really didn't. I had a relationship with my father, but I didn't. You feel me? I probably didn't have a relationship with my father until I probably was grown. I probably had to be about 25, 26. You know what I'm saying? But he was on crack. So, you know, he's on most of my childhood, my whole childhood, my father wasn't around like that. I had my mother. My mother was my father and my mother. She was both. You know what I'm saying? And my mama raised 4 kids on her own. And we all doing good. You feel me? Ain't nobody in jail. Everybody doing good. She did what she's supposed to do, and we all still here. She haven't lost a child. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think everything, I had a good upbringing. I didn't have no rough upbringing. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, grandma made sure you had. Grandma made sure you had. When grandma got married, she made sure she married a nigga that wanted a big enough house because her family might have to move in.
Sure.
No lie.
Sure, for sure.
I can remember we moved in with my grandma a lot of times. Matter of fact, I was living in some projects called Blackburn Terrace, Baltimore apartments, nigga. I'm talking about, they still ratchet right now.
That's the hood.
Anybody watching this gonna know Baltimore apartments, yeah.
What section of the city is that?
That's right off of 30th and Keystone. Right off of Keystone.
Is that still the middle like you were saying? Or is that
it's still the middle. It's like east side though.
Okay.
They consider it east side. I mean, but it ain't. To me, it ain't. To me, it ain't the east side till you get up to 46. But anyway, but I feel like it's the east side compared to where I live at now in Hallville. That's the east side. 'Cause I live on the west side.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's the east side. But I remember my sister had a friend that came over our house. She lived next door to it, and when she went and she left our house to go home. And like an hour later, the police showing up. Somebody done beat her and raped her in their house. Right next door, we didn't hear nothing. The next day, my grandma came and moved us out of that motherfucker and moved us back in with her.
Damn.
Yep, I remember that shit. I got jumped out that motherfucker too. Cause I had just moved out there, and it was these 2 twins that lived next door to me. They ended up being my homeboys later. But we used to be beefing through the walls. You know what I'm saying? Cussing each other out, fuck you. No, we was, doing kid shit. We was kids.
Oh, God.
So one day they caught me outside, walking to the car. They jumped me. But they really didn't jump. They was holding me down.
Yeah.
But I had a knife in my pocket, too, because I knew they were going to try to get me when I came outside.
Oh,
but they didn't do nothing. They just let me up. But after that, we ended up being friends. I ended up being friends with them. We ended up going to their uncle's house. We was kids, but...
Nah, so that was the upbringing, man. So,
yeah.
I mean, and you said you really didn't have a relationship with your pops like that until you got.
I really didn't have a relationship with my pops until I got older and he got clean. And he was, I want to say he been clean. Well, he dead now. Rest in peace, my pops.
R.I.P. your pops.
But as a matter of fact, it was just a year. It was just a year and a half anniversary since he been gone too. He died from pancreatic cancer. But I think he stopped smoking crack probably in, let me see, I want to say 2003 or 4 or 5. Because I remember, probably before that, I don't know, because I remember him saying before he got sick and shit, how long he had been off of crack. And I remember him saying something like 20 years. So it had to be, because that would be the timeline, because I didn't really start dealing with him until I was like 25. I was older.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yep. Yeah. My pops, every guy loves his pops, no matter what you go through. You know what I'm saying? Like even if your pops ain't there or whatever he ain't doing, like you always want to know where your pops is at. You know what I'm saying? You always want to know because you want to know where you get your shit from. You feel me? Cause you don't get your manly shit from your mama. You feel me? You get it from your pops. So you always try to, you always wonder. I always wonder where my pops was, or am I like my pops, or you know what I'm saying? Or do I look like my pops? Do I act like my pops? Do I drink shit like my pops drink? And as I got older and started having a relationship with him, I started seeing that some of the shit that he did, I did.
So it was some real similarities, although he wasn't around you like that.
Yeah, even though I wasn't around him, it was similarities.
That's crazy, man.
And just like now, after he's gone, I go see his wife, and I go see my sisters on that side. They be like, your daddy used to do that, or your daddy used to say the same thing. Cause I went over there yesterday, and she was like, she said something to me, and I was talking about something. I was like, man, fuck them folks. And she was like, your daddy used to always say that. Fuck them folks. Yep. And I was like, shit. That's where I get it from.
Hey, you done said that a lot during this interview too.
Oh yeah, man. Like, fuck them folks, man.
Man, are you a father yourself?
Nah, I ain't got no kids.
For real?
None. Nope.
No
I dodged that bullet, brother.
After all that partying and all that stuff with
all them hoes.
Yeah.
All them no good hoes. Yeah, I'm glad. Yeah.
Man, you made it. No, but no plans.
I can't even say that. I ain't gonna say no good hoes. Let me take that back, cause I run across a lot of good women.
Good women, yeah.
I run across a lot of good women, and I'm still in contact with all these women, so I can't disrespect them like that. Like,
yeah, I might have to cut that part out.
I mean, you ain't got to cut that, cause they know me.
For sure.
Any female that know me, they know that's how he talk.
You
know what I'm saying? They know I'm real. That's how he talk. So that's why a lot of females that I have came across in my path, we still have relationships, even if they married with kids or. I ain't seen these girls in 12 years, but it's some way, somehow, we find our way back. It was in Facebook Messenger. Boy, how you doing? I ain't seen you. Boy, those motherfuckers always keep in touch with the real one. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Man, just lastly, bro, man, I appreciate the time, bro. It's been a super dope interview, man.
Sure, bro. I'm fucking with you.
We can tap in another time, man. For one, I want to know if there was any like words of wisdom, man, you can drop on the viewers, especially like the youth. Coming up, whether they taking a positive route or maybe on the wrong path, just steering them the right way, or just anybody, bro. Like any words of wisdom in the game you can drop on the viewers, dog.
Just really, you gotta find your way out here in the world. You gotta find what you put here for. You know what I'm saying? And even if you do feel like you found it and then you lose it, you can always get it back. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about life I have learned. No matter what I went through, if I'm still here, I can make it better. You know what I'm saying? My past don't determine my future. So my whole thing is, man, it's the world is bigger than what they see. You know what I'm saying? And that's what made me open up a little bit more and know it's more out here because I've been there and I lived it. So I'm able to tell the niggas like in my neighborhood or little niggas I see like it's more to life in this block, bro. It's more to life than what you seeing right here. Like you don't even know. Like, and I have seen it. I have been on the other side. You know what I'm saying? I've been in the ghetto. I've been broke. I've been on the rich side. I've been in Beverly Hills. I lived in Malibu in mansions for the years. You know what I'm saying? Waking up, you see the Pacific Ocean out your motherfucking window. Like I have been to the other side, so I know it's more to life. So that's what I really be trying to show them as more to life. And I feel like with my story, I touch a lot of people with my story because I came from nothing and I didn't seen it all. You know what I'm saying? I can tell them about it all. So even now when I tell motherfuckers about my story, they can't believe it. They be like, damn, like even the niggas I talk to and show them pictures and shit, they don't believe it cause I be showing them shit. I be like, yeah, look at this, 2006. They be like, nigga, I was 11 or nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be like, yeah, when you was 11, this is what I was doing. I was running around with Jeezy. I was driving Lamborghinis, motherfucking I was fucking up Aston Martins. Like we had an Aston Martin. I was fucking with who was I fucking with at the time? I ain't gonna put her name out there like that, but anyway, I was in an Aston Martin. I was taking the bitch back to her hotel. The fucking, you know, Aston Martin got a reverse button. You gotta push. Ain't no.
I ain't never been in one.
Oh, we got the reverse button. I'm dropping this bitch off. The reverse button won't even. I can't even back up. That shit. But that ain't nothing to say that. I'm just saying, like, I have been there. I had drove them cars. I had lived that life. I have seen it. I done seen it all. And I can tell you about it. I'm just here to tell my story, and hopefully if it motivates somebody to know, just cause where you at don't mean you gotta stay there. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk, man. Just lastly, if they want to get up with you, man, just let them know, like, the YouTube channel.
My YouTube channel.
Media,
my YouTube channel is Clemenza, aka Clem. Clemenza, aka Clem. You come on, I'm giving you the whole insight of the CTE, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's, you know, YouTube, that's the only thing I got right now. You know, my Facebook, well, you know, that's personal, that's family shit. I don't want nobody all on there.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but my YouTube, you know, tap in.
So you
I
going
got
up.
more to come. I'm going up.
You going up.
And I will be back with AHumbleSoul real soon.
Man, what you rocking right now, bro? Like the hood, the jacket.
Oh man, this is that goddamn biker vest, man. Original CTE, man. Sergeant of Arms. You know what that mean, right? You know, Sergeant of Arms is that nigga that makes sure everybody in the club is running by the real organization rules. And that was me. Shit. I make sure everybody was going by the rules of CTE. And everybody know that, you know. But you know, me. You can't mention CTE without mentioning me, man.